Test, test. 1, 2, 3. Are we back? Think we might be back? Testing. Can y'all hear me? It looks like things might be back. Okay, hooray. Nice, nice, nice. Now, what was the last part before it died? What was the last part? Because I know the last thing I was talking about before it crashed was that one card that's more God card than the actual God card. Let me know. Where did we leave off? About gods being immune to all things by some youngster. Ah, fair, fair, fair. Okay, so going back to that part then. All right, so the youngster part. And you said, oh, you sweets, or use, let's see. You sweet summer child, let me hit you with the truth. And then the stream crashed. Fair, fair, fair. Okay, so now that we got back to that, so I actually had a talk with somebody, you know, they brought up, you know, the whole Exodia, the Egyptian god thing, and I had to let them know, I had to hit them with some truth, which was, yeah, god cards don't do that. Exodia wins that fight. Just because the anime said otherwise, these god cards, they didn't work the same way as the anime. So I get that. I can see why a lot of people would look at it and think, oh yeah, no, you know, the Egyptian gods, they're stronger than that. Because that's what the anime has led a lot of people to, led a lot of people to believe. But here's the unfortunate thing. And here's the thing when it comes to the actual card game. Do not believe the anime when they say, oh yeah, the effect's just not printed on the card. If it's not printed on the card, the effect ain't there. And if you say it's there, that's just cheating. Because we Yu-Gi-Oh! Players may not read, but we know full well if it's not on the card, it doesn't exist. So if there is a card that say, the only card that could possibly say you win even if your opponent has Exodia is a card, which by the way doesn't exist, but the only way for that to actually work is if the card in its actual text said you win the duel if your opponent plays Exodia. Actually, hold on a minute. I think there's this one joke card. It's a very rare card, but it's a joke card. Where if you attain all 5 pieces of Exodia while that monster is on the field, your opponent wins. You only do that sort of trick if you're just trying to mess with your opponent and just, you know, make them, you know, just make them sit there dumbfounded that you literally gave them the win by playing the game. But anyway, back to the main point. I was talking about a card that was in GX, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, that was an actual god card. It was called Phenomenaga, Deity of Poisonous Snakes. What it did was this. While it's on the field, it is immune. It cannot be targeted or affected by card effects. That means no Raigeki, no Dark Hole, no Man-Eater Bug, none of that stuff. No monster effect, no trap effect, no spells. Nothing is affecting this monster directly. And that's one part of its effect. The other effect of this monster is it gains 500 attack for every reptile in your graveyard. So you could bring this thing up to as high as you want. The highest I've usually gotten that monster was like 10k, 9k, on average usually 45. 45, 4k, that's usually my average whenever it came to that monster. So a 4k monster that is unaffected and cannot be targeted by card effects, that's a big deal right there. But wait, there is one last effect, just the cherry on top that is usually never really used, but you can have that effect just for the sake of it, which is it also has an Exodia effect. That's why I call Phenomenaga, the Deity of Poisonous Snakes, an actual god card. Because 1, it has the name Deity in its name. 2, it actually has the god card immunity like it should. Back, had to restart Twitch. No worries there, buddy. I don't know why it crashed. It just crashed out of nowhere all of a sudden. Yo, Trix, good to see you. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. But yeah, so It's unaffected by card effects, can boost its attack to as high as you could possibly make it, and it has its own Exodia effect. Now, how does that Exodia instant win effect work? Every time you inflict damage with this God card, I'm gonna just keep calling it a God card because, let's be honest, compared to Slifer, Obelisk, and Ra in the card game, this is what an actual God card should be. Anyway, every time it inflicts battle damage to your opponent, gain 1 Venom counter, or 1 Hyper Venom counter. When you attain 3 Hyper Venom counters on this card, I kid you not, and I quote, you win the game. So, let's reiterate. This one card, unaffected by spells, traps, and monster effects, cannot be targeted by spells, traps, or monster effects. Gains 500 for every reptile you have in your graveyard, so it can get to 4k to 8k, or however many reptiles you want to toss into your grave. And it has an instant win effect. If that doesn't scream God card, I don't know what does. Now, granted, there are better cards out there because they are easier to summon. Because that's the one flaw that this monster has, is that... I apologize if anybody heard the squeaking sound on the tablet. But yeah, there's one major flaw with that monster card, which is summoning it is a pain and a half. It is a very difficult monster to summon. Because one, it requires a trap card. A specific trap card to summon it. So, that's where the big problem lies. The Arrival, Cyberverse, or Cyberse Ignister, heard you talking, Lampy. I'm gonna need to look up this Cyberse Ignister thingy. As I mentioned, there is definitely other cards that have some ridiculously powerful effects. But nothing as godly as what was just mentioned. Oh, right, I forgot to mention one last part about that monster effect. Because yes, if you thought everything that I mentioned was a lot for a single monster, I forgot one last thing. The only way for you to really defeat this monster, or to get rid of it, is through battle or sacrifice. Because you can actually sacrifice this monster, because that counts as a cost, not as an effect. But outside of that, there are no effects. Like, there's no card effects that can get rid of it. Your best bet is to sacrifice it, or attack... What's it called? Wait, which card? Phenomenaga, the deity of poisonous snakes? Oh, Masterpiece, the true Draco Slaying King. True. Draco Piece is also a godly card. Because here's the reason why... Okay, I will say Masterpiece is a stronger card per se. Now, the reason why I say it's a stronger card... Okay, no, I don't say it. I take it back. How do I put it? Now, let me finish... Or do not... When I say this, there is going to be a lot of folks that will argue, but trust me on this when I finish the sentence. Or, yeah, when I finish the thing that I'm going to say. Phenomenaga, the deity of poisonous snakes, I will say is stronger than Masterpiece. But here's the thing. It's stronger than Masterpiece, but it's not better. Now, why do I say Masterpiece is better, but not stronger? Because if you have the Snake Queen on the field, Masterpiece is going to lose that fight 9 times out of 10. But the reason why Masterpiece is better is because it's easier to play. Masterpiece, okay, as I mentioned, Phenomenaga, deity of poisonous snakes, there's a lot of stuff to go behind that one. There's a lot of struggle to summon that monster. Masterpiece, 3 cards. That's it. Have 3 cards on the field, sacrifice them, and boom, he's out. And he too is unaffected by card effects if you used all 3 different types of cards. Monster, spell, and trap. And he could destroy 1 card per turn during either player's turn. So this is why I say he's a powerful card. and he's better than the Deity of Poisonous Snakes. But if you have them both on the field against each other, Deity of Poisonous Snakes win. But you have a much higher chance of summoning Masterpiece than you do the Deity of Poisonous Snakes. So, chances are, Masterpiece is going to kill the opponent before the opponent can summon up the Deity of Poisonous Snakes. Or vice versa. Well, not vice versa, but you know what I mean. If your opponent can summon the Deity of Poisonous Snakes, chances are Draco player loses. But chances are Draco player is going to beat the Reptile deck before they can even get to the Deity of Poisonous Snakes. So that's why I say Deity is stronger, but Masterpiece is better. There we go. Thank you for coming to Lampy's TED Talk. Whew. Have you seen the Pearly archetype, Lampy? I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. Okay, let's see. I'm angry they reckoned Fairy King Truesdale. The card says, as long as this card's face up on the field, increase all plant monsters you control by 500 attack and defense. They reckoned the card, and now future cards have, as long as it's face up in defense position. That thing is useless now, since it has such low wait, the Fairy King needs to be in defense mode for that effect to work now? No. Forget that. That ain't worth it. Also, I am very tired. But we are going to keep going. Because I kind of need to stay up. I DM'd you the picks. Ah, fair. I'm going to need to look at that because, yeah, that's ridiculous. I will definitely say, there are some nerfs in the game that shouldn't be. I mean, there are some nerfs that I feel like, yeah, sure, why not? I feel like that's somewhat fair, but then there are others where it's like, that was a relatively balanced card. Okay, there's no balanced cards in this game. And if they are balanced, chances are they're not going to help you as much as you would like. Anyway, what was I talking about before all of that? Right. Right, okay, so I was talking about cards getting nerfed. I think the very first card I've ever seen get nerfed was... Okay, I kid you not. Folks, there was a time where Yu-Gi-Oh! They would put a lot of acronyms for their monsters. Like Red Eyes Black Dragon was Red Eyes B Dragon, Black Skull Dragon was B Skull Dragon, stuff like that. Which didn't make a lot of sense because you had Dragon of... you had Dragon of Black Fire or Black Land Fire, and they did not turn that into an acronym. They said Black Land Fire. I don't understand why they didn't just go with the full Red Eyes Black Dragon name. There was a time where I thought maybe it's just because, you know, they're trying to save space on the card. But when you have cards like Blue Eyes White Dragon, that's a lot of stuff being said on a single card. Red Eyes Black Dragon should be fine, but nope, apparently not. Anyway, going back to future things. Going back to the stuff about cards having acronyms. Now there's this one monster that I always like to bring up because I think it's very, very funny. There's this monster called Lord of Dragons. But because they shortened it to an acronym, he's called Lord of D. The implications behind that name, you already know. Like, the implications behind that name can go on for days. Anyway, that card used to say that dragons were unaffected by card effects, and for some reason they decided to nerf that to dragons cannot be targeted by card effects. I thought, okay, having Lord of D have the effect of making dragons immune, that sounds ridiculous on paper, but here's the thing. He's got 1200 attack. It's fine. You can make dragons immune because, you know, you can just have a monster summoned to the field, attack Lord of Dragons, and it'll die to literally anything. Lord of Dragons will die to a feral imp. It'll cancel out with a beaver warrior. Celtic Guardian can kill the Lord of Dragons. So, your dragons will lose their immunity protection. Yeah, they'll lose their immunity once a Celtic Guardian shows up. So, there you go. Let Lord of D have the... Let Lord of D have his full-on blanket protection. What are they gonna do? One of the reasons was, oh, it's stronger than Dark Magician and Summon Skull. It's very limited, gotten the card like Cosmo Queen, Goddess of Whim, and such. Ah, fair. Still, wasn't that bad. 27, okay, 27 was a lot, but come on. It's not like it's gonna be doing anything right now. Come on. That's a little ridiculous. Especially in this day and age, because you know what? I would understand if they nerfed it back in the day, but for them to have it nerfed recently, come on, we got stronger monsters that do a lot more for a lot less. You can leave the 27-1 tribute monster. We got worse out there right now. Okay, let's see. One of the reasons I would... Oh, yeah, one of the reasons was... Oh, it's too strong. Oh, okay, so I read that part. Ex-Pearly Noir, Pearly Boss Monster, or Pearly's Boss Monster is also unaffected by everything, with a 5 to 6k attack and return to the deck. It's terrible. Yeah, that's a god card right there. That is definitely a god card, because one, it's unaffected by card effects, and it has a ridiculous power right there. It sounds like it's a stronger... Yeah, it sounds like a more ridiculous version than any of the other immune monster thingies going on. Kind of want to see what this Pearly Noir looks like now. Okay. Now, Little D, the real OG. Exactly. I mean, to be fair, I think, wait. Which one came first? Little D or Lord of D? I don't remember. I could swear that they came out around the same time. I don't know. Let's see. Something, blowing the horn of D. Exactly. Okay, I think you could only get Truesdale if you bought a specific Yu-Gi-Oh! Shonen Jump magazine. Once the month was over, it's gone. Ah, fair. Wait, when did they nerf it? How recently was the nerf? Because I know that I was around when Truesdale, you know, just automatically had the 27 attack off the bat just by being summoned. But I don't remember when it was that they nerfed it. And do not get me started on the nerf of Crush Card Virus. Crush Card Virus was a beast of a card. And then they absolutely crushed it. No pun intended. But they nerfed it so bad into the ground that I don't think there's anybody that would dare look at that card and say, I could use this in this day and age. Because here's the thing. Back in the day, here's what Crush Card Virus used to do. You would tribute a dark monster with, I think, 1,000 or less attack. When you tributed that monster, you get to look into your opponent's hand for the next 3 turns. And you would get to pick out of their hand and on the field and destroy all of their monsters that had 15 or higher attack. And you would get to see in their hand for the next 3 turns to see if they drew any other monsters that had higher than 1,500 attack. And if they did, put that back in put that in the graveyard too for the next 3 turns. Obviously, that card got banned for a while. But the nerf that they gave it... See, here's the thing. When they nerfed it, they changed the effect to this. Same cost, but you only get to destroy the monsters that are on the field. And, now here's the real kicker, your opponent gets to pick up to 3. That means they don't have to pick 3. They could pick as many as they like from their deck, up to 3, to send to the graveyard. Now here's where the big problem is. Nowadays, nowadays, your opponent wants monsters in their graveyard. If anything, if there's a monster in the graveyard, it's easier for them to get to it. Crush Card Virus. It's easier for them to reach that card. So, for Crush Card Virus to give your opponent the option of taking 3 cards of their 3 monsters of their choice to put in the graveyard, you do not want to give your opponent that option. So this is why Crush Card switched from being one of the most powerful and devastating cards in the game to being a card you never want to play. Rarely, if ever. Because if you play that card, you're just telling your opponent, hey, set up your field. Set up your grave. By all means. Here. Have a graveyard. You don't want that. You don't want to let your opponent... Now, here's also the funny thing. That card got that nerf around the time that there was this one deck that was based off of Dante's Inferno. You know, basically the Divine Comedy, Dante, the Divine Comedy. And that deck really benefited from having cards in their graveyard. So, needless to say, there was that deck and the Shadal deck. Both of them benefited from having cards in the graveyard. So I can definitely tell you, that is something you do not want to give your opponent, but that's exactly what they freaking did in the game. Hold up. Why are the wings not working? Hold up, I need to find out why the wings aren't working. Because that's supposed to be fast flutter, but not working. Hold on a minute. Let me find out why on earth is the fast wings not working. Fast motion. Okay, idle animation, fast motion, up. Oh, okay, now I understand. Why is it up? It needs to be minus. No, yeah, it needs to be minus. Oh, wait, subtract is... subtract. There we go. That's better. I don't know why it was up. Wait. Wings up should be up. Hold on. Okay, so that's page up. Okay, so we got that one set already. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, we're all good. We're all set. Lampy doesn't have spout? What spout? Makes your live 2D menus not show up. Oh! I mean, to be fair, I kind of needed the menu to show up this time. I started looking into the menu to go, set things up because the wings were not set up properly, which makes a lot of sense now. Alright, let's see. Also, I was wrong. It was the championship packs. Oh, wait, which one was? So you go into the menu, and it won't be on screen, so you could set it up via Live 2D. Oh, okay. I thought that it was supposed to be that you can't see it anymore. I didn't know that it was supposed to, or that it blocks it on Twitch. Or, on stream. Good to know. I need to set that up then. I will fix that later. Also, thank you for redeeming Fast Flutter there, Sal. Okay, so let's continue working on the wings as we try to figure everything else out. What were we talking about again? Oh, right. Some nerfs, they could have been better. I will say, there are some nerfs where I look at it and think, you know what? I guess it was for the best. Like, Chaos Emperor Dragon. Don't get me wrong. Chaos Emperor Dragon and Magician of Black Chaos. Or Dark Magician of Chaos. Or Black Chaos? I don't remember. Dark Magician of Chaos, I think I'm going to call it. In the meantime, while I try to figure it out. Those ones, they would definitely be exploitable in this day and age. I feel like Chaos Emperor Dragon could slide Magician of Black Chaos. Maybe not so much. I feel like there are multiple ways to exploit Magician of Black Chaos, because every time they brought him back, they would just put him back on the ban list again. I don't know. I feel like even in this day and age, I feel like someone's gonna look at it and say, I could get another magic card? Yeah, okay. And then they do the thing. Oh god, imagine if they had Magician of Black Chaos and Super Poly. I mean, granted, you can already have multiple copies of Super Poly, but imagine your opponent just doing that all the time. Like, hey, you know what? I'm a Super Poly. Special summon a monster, tribute those two, get my Magician of Black Chaos, get that Super Poly back, put it face down. Oh god, actually, yeah, that would have been better. You know what? I would have done that. Okay, so yeah, no, that's one of the cards where I think, you know what? I think the nerf is fair. I think that one's okay. I mean, I personally would have preferred that cards didn't get nerfed and they just stayed on the list, but you know what? Sometimes things need to be done. Like, it's either you nerf them so people can play them again, even though chances are they won't either way, because why are you going to play that card when they nerfed that thing straight into the ground? So, actually, to be fair, either way, both cards kind of just, both methods, both options, high chance you're never going to see that card get played again. Like Mind Control. Also, folks, I apologize if I'm just nerding out with Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, even though we're trying to draw Moth. I just really like talking about Yu-Gi-Oh. If y'all have a different conversation that you would like to talk about, feel free to let me know. And then we will switch to something else. In the meantime, I'm going to keep nerding out about Yu-Gi-Oh. Anyway. What was the card that I was thinking about? Ah, dang, I forgot what card I was thinking about, where it could get, like, where that one definitely needed to be nerfed into the ground, but at the same time... Oh, that's what I was saying. It's not so much that there's a lot of cards that get nerfed into the ground. Well, actually, there are, but... Oh! Mind Control, that's what it was. No, not Mind Control, but Brain Control. Let's talk about Ancient Egypt. Good point, good point. So about the Millennium items. So, I wish I could get myself a Millennium item. That would be awesome. Like, especially like you go to Egypt, you just get yourself like a gold. Okay, to be fair, if you ever go to Egypt and you see a piece of golden jewelry being sold by a shady merchant and it has an eye on it, chances are one of two things is going to happen. A, you're going to get possessed by an evil spirit. B, your skin's gonna turn green because that gold was fake. So, buyer beware, buyer beware. That's an idea. What Millennium item would you want? Ooh, that's a good question. Not the Millennium Eye. See, here's the reason why I say not the Millennium Eye. Okay, so I could definitely, I don't know which one I would want, but I can definitely tell you two of them that I would not want. One of them is the Millennium Eye, because in order for you to use the Millennium Eye, they have to literally shove that into your eye socket. And you know what? I prefer having two eyes. Yep, I definitely prefer having two eyes. The second one is the Millennium Ring. I will not take that one. You want to know why? Because then you're stuck with that evil spirit that Bakura's stuck with. And needless to say, that poor boy is traumatized. He can't have friends because the spirit in that ring keeps killing them all. And anyone else within that vicinity. And the poor boy is stuck witnessing all of these events happen. That is traumatizing to think about. You are trapped within your own body as you watch yourself kill multiple people in absolute glee. I think that would definitely require therapy. Lots of therapy. See, here's the funny thing. While Yugi and the Pharaoh were having their, friendship speeches and all of that stuff, Bakura was living through a horror movie. Because every time the ring was defeated and sent away, and lost into the distance, it would always return. Did not matter how far it went, did not matter how far he ran. There was an episode where he tried to escape into a church, and all that happened was the glass windows in the church shatter as the ring forms around his neck. He cannot escape it. That is a terrifying experience. This is why I say Bakura was living through a horror movie. Little Yugi had a shonen anime experience. Bakura had a horror movie experience. He was going through some yeah, he was just going through horror. He was going through a nightmare. Because it did not matter where he went, he's gonna get possessed. And there's nothing he can do about it. Guess what? Chicken butt? I mean, what? What's up there, Icy? Okay. Puzzle is just plot armor. Oh yeah, puzzle is plot armor. Not to mention, you can manipulate the powers of the game that you're playing with that puzzle. Or maybe that was just a pharaoh, I don't know. But if I had to pick one, ooh, I know. I would pick the key. You want to know why I would pick the key? Because you could open up someone's mind and see what's inside and see. Actually, no. I take it back. If you use the key and you open up someone's mind and you find out that it's really messed up in there, chances are you might lose yourself in that mind. So, yeah, maybe not the key. Maybe the rod, because the rod has a secret dagger in there. So I'm thinking Millennium Rod or Millennium Necklace. Because the Millennium Puzzle, I don't know what real powers it's going to use to. I mean, it has powers in there, not going to lie. But the Millennium Key, though it sounds cool to go enter someone's mind, you might enter the wrong mind. You might enter the mind of a psychopath. And then you might get consumed by such an insane mind. Or you might enter the mind of a degenerate. And the same fate follows. So I don't know what to tell you on that one. Also, Hive's good to, or yeah, Hive of, how do I pronounce that one? Melissus? Yo, Melissus, thank you for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. I figured out the skeleton hands. Ooh, nice. How'd you pull it off? Also, funny. Now that you mentioned that one, I was watching some clips of the Castlevania cartoon series, and I saw the character of Death, and I thought, I wonder how they drew his hands. Like, how did they pull off the skeleton hands on his? They cheated. Why do I say they cheated? Because they put muscle on his palms. I mean, it makes sense, and it is a good design, but at the same time, you don't get to see how a skeleton hand looks because they put muscle on that hand. They put muscle on them paws, or palms. So, yeah, I just looked at it like, that was a very cheap tactic, and I respect it, because I would have done the same. But yeah, I need to finish Castlevania, because I liked that series. I saw the first 2 seasons, and then I stopped. No particular reason, it was just that, you know, life. So I was not able to finish it. Okay. I love the Millennium Necklace. Always, alright, let's see. Always loved wearing necklaces, and it seems like the most benign of them. Yeah, true. It may not have the most power out of all of them, but it also doesn't have a lot of drawbacks either. Every other item, it feels like it has a major drawback where if you're not careful, not going to work out, or it comes at a huge cost. And the Millennium Ring, absolutely not. That's a horror movie. That's a horror movie just waiting to happen. Millennium Scale, I feel like the Millennium Scale is the most benign out of all of them. Like, it's just, you find out if this person has a good or wicked soul. That's it. Like, oh, okay. Stretch. All right, will do. Thank you for the stretch there, Cell. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Dang, I'll have to redeem my thing when it's back in stock. Ah, fair. Wait, what could it have been that's out of stock? Was it the Hank Hill redeem? It might have been the Hank Hill redeem. Who knows? Favorite character in Castlevania anime is Alucard. Ah, fair. That's a good option right there. I'm trying to think. My favorite character in Castlevania. I feel like it's cheap to say Dracula. Because I feel like that one's blatantly obvious. Which is actually surprising how he was only in one season. Okay, spoilers here, folks. It's funny how he's basically only in one season, but the series works so well. Like, even though he's only in one season, like, legitimately, like, doing anything in one season, he still has a huge influence. Or, you know, he's always the talk of the town. Kind of like Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but we'll not get into that. We'll leave that one for later. Which reminds me, okay, next stream, which might be Sunday. We're finally going to talk about Stone Ocean, so do not worry, I will make a post about that one letting everybody know. So if you had not seen Stone Ocean, do not tune into that stream, because I am finally taking that time to talk about everything from Stone Ocean, because I have waited too long to talk about this. My friend has not gotten there yet, so I need to blab. I need to blab about Stone Ocean, for Christ's sake. It's been too long. I need to talk about that. And I don't have anybody to talk to about it. So, for those of you who have seen it, feel free to tune in when we talk about Stone Ocean. Everyone who hasn't, go watch Stone Ocean, or just don't tune in at all. Wait for the next stream. Do not worry. We will not work on anything substantial. I'll probably just be drawing random nonsense while I talk about Stone Ocean. And the other series prior. Do not worry, we will not get into any of the series from the manga, because I feel like there's a lot of anime-only watchers out there, and that is completely fine. You just watch it on anime, because I completely understand how that is. There are some series where I hear there's a manga for it, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. Let me know when it pops up on anime. And for a time, JoJo was one of those things where I heard the stories about what happens in the other series, but, you know, I just waited for the anime to pop up so I understand completely about what on earth is going on, because, needless to say, especially in early JoJo mangas, very difficult to tell you what on earth was going on. Also, by the way, what we're doing here is that we're drawing the flames, or we're trying to draw, like, a flame design for these wings, make them very tattered, very flowy, very give them a lot of movement is what I'm trying to say. We're trying to give them a lot of movement going on here, because I realized I have not talked about this drawing the whole time I was working on it. We were working on this drawing for a cell moths, right? Yeah, cell moths. We're currently working on that one because they redeemed it and they requested that we draw their model, or we draw their design in a lampy style. So this is the design that they gave us, and so we're working on that over here, trying to work on it as best as we can. And I can definitely tell you, them wings, we might have put in a little more work than I had anticipated on them wings. Do not worry, after this we work on potato, because I want to at least draw that lampy potato, or potato moth. No, it might not even be a lampy potato. It's just going to be potato moth. Not to be mistaken by the potato bug. Potato bug and potato moth are going to be two completely different things. Where the potato moth, or where the potato bug, I don't remember what the potato bug looks like, but it's a pretty big bug. Where the potato moth is literally just going to be a baked potato with butter and wings and antennae. So there you go. Okay. I love death in Castlevania. Swearing caught me off guard so much, and I love it. Yeah, okay, now that you mentioned that one. My first introduction to death was in Castlevania was this one YouTube clip that said, death talks, or, you know, like, death speaks like someone on Reddit. And I thought, alright, let me go check this out. This sounds funny. I hear the voice, I hear all the talk, and I'm thinking, wow. That is really, really good. That is amazing voice acting. They should have actually got him for the series. I find out, turns out, yeah, no, that was the actual dialogue in the show. And I'm like, you actually got Death talking like that. I usually don't really prefer the characters talking like that, but this works. This legit works. Like, see, I don't know why, but I don't know why, but it works for Death. If they had Dracula talking like that, I feel like I feel like it would be like, I feel like it would be hard to get into the series if Dracula was talking like that, but Death, I don't know why, but for Death, it kind of works. Then again, I think it was also because, well, spoilers ahead, folks. It's because the character that he was, you know, disguised as was a very vulgar character. Like, you see him at the beginning, and, you know, he's literally rotten to the core. Both in person, or, you know, both in essence and in personality. So when he finally reveals himself and he's still talking like that, you know, it's like, you know, he's been talking like this throughout the series, so it, you know, it doesn't deter you as much as you would think it would. It still catches you off guard because, you know, once you see the big reveal, you think, ah, now he's gonna show his true face. And when he does show his true face, like, oh, he still speaks like a drunken sailor. Okay. I respect that. The delivery of the obituary line? Yes. I feel like that one... Okay, I feel like the obituary one was threatening and funny at the same time, so I feel like it didn't take away from the moment. Yeah, even when it was, what he said, it still didn't take away from the moment. Like, it was still an intense moment. Also, Zarin Scribbles, thank you for the raid. I greatly appreciate it. Let's give you a shout out there. Folks, if you haven't checked out Zarin... Wait. Yeah. If you haven't checked out Zarin Scribbles, I highly suggest you do. They do a lot of drawing. I'm assuming you animated that emote too. I'll be the Fortnite. But yeah, they do a lot of drawing stuff. And I highly recommend checking them out. It's a really awesome stream. And everybody stopping by from Zarin stream. Hi, my name is Lampy, small-time illustrator, football-sized moth. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes I'm live to de-rigging streams. And today is one of those drawing streams. We should probably put the wings down. Anyway, today is one of those drawing streams. I'm currently working on a viewer redeem. They requested a line art of their character drawn... Okay, let's see. Let's zoom in. They requested their character avatar drawn in a Lampy style. Or drawn in my style. So we're currently working on their character in this style right here. So I hope you all enjoy. I hope you enjoy your stay. Shotgun Will. Hey, perfect. I feel like you're gonna feel at home here there, buddy. So, Shotgun Will, thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome to the Moth Fleet. I hope you enjoy your stay. By the way, you're a Lampy now. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. And Jasa, thank you for gifting Zarin a sub. I greatly appreciate that. There we go. Dorbs rolling. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, funny enough, now that you mentioned that, there's this other person that had a mothball called a morb, and I kid you not, it took me literally multiple weeks before I found out what a morb was, which was, I assumed that it was just a funny meme from, Morbius and all that stuff, only to find out, oh no, it's moth, it's orb, it's morb. Like, oh, why did it take me that long to figure it out? Okay. It was fun? Nice, nice, nice. Glad to hear that you had fun there, buddy. Also, good to see you there, Shotgun Will. Plum Phone, Gage, Menagerie. Oh, wait, I feel like we're missing somebody. Jasa, Shotgun, Ichibo, there we go. I knew I was missing somebody. And Menagerie, thank you for the raid. I greatly appreciate it. Let's give you a shout out there, buddy. What were you up to? Let's find out. And folks, if you haven't checked them out, I highly suggest you do. Ooh, Gunfire Reborn. That sounds pretty good. What is Gunfire Reborn all about? Whew. Yay, drawing? Drawing indeed. We're trying to catch up with everything, but yeah, we're getting there, little by little. We're getting there. Fortnite was fun? Nice, 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 nice. Glad to hear it. Also, I think the music stopped. Hold on. That indeed it did. There we go. Roguelike FPS with freeze? Ah, fair. Wait. I feel like I might know what that game... No, I'm thinking of a different one. I was thinking about this one game where it's a bunch of little animals in a battle royale 2D overhead game. Is that the same one? It might be. I don't know. Okay, let's see. I just finished Layers of Fear, so Gage and I were doing some shooter fun in Gunfire. Ah, fair. Gang Beast. No, different game? Ah, fair. But yo, I'm glad to hear that you beat Layers of Fear. What's that game all about? Super Animal Royale. Ah, so that's the one. Also, thank you, Master Dodo. And good to see you. How you be? I hope you're having a good day. All right, with that, we're gonna get back into the drawings. But yeah, folks, go check out Zarin Scribbles and go check out Menagerie VT. Go check them out. Go give them some support. Give them all the support that you can. Save. That's a good idea. Thank you there, Dodo. Layers of Fear. Bloober Horror. Oh, let's see. Bloober Horror, master of all the Layers of Fear games. Ah. Wait, what? Okay, let me try to see this one again. Layers of Fear, Bloober Horror, master of all the Layers of Fear. Ah. Wait, what? Okay, I might be tired. I feel like it's because I am tired, but I am having trouble processing that sentence. Also, thank you for the hydrate there, Zoran. I need to get more water. I will get to it later, though. I need to get more water and more juice and all. That should be good. And then just drag that one up. And then we just close the line here. Should be simple enough. Right about there should be good. Boom, there we go. Clean up that line, smoothen it out a little. Bring this, yeah, basically smoothen these lines a bit. Go back to this side. We just need to clean up these last pieces. I can definitely tell you the heat is not helping my drawing ability at the moment. Because it does not matter what I do, even if I'm standing here completely still, chances are I'm gonna sweat. And so it's making the screen, you know, moving on the screen a little too swift. I gotta swipe the screen every time. Okay, let's see. Only Layers of Fear game I played is VR edition. That sounds fun and terrifying. Best shotgun, in my opinion, is the old Western 22 gauge repeater shotgun. It's held around 5 to 8 shells, and of course, it was a lever action shotgun, meaning you could fast fire it. That's why it was amazing. There's a shotgun fact. The 12 gauge repeater. I'm gonna have to look into that one. Oh, which reminds me. Now that you mentioned shotguns, I remembered that there was this one cannon. I was looking into cannons and all that stuff one night. Character design wise for a reason. Anyway, and I found out there's a lot of different types of cannons, but one of them caught my eye. The cannon that I found out about was something that was designed in the Civil War, but they never used it because it wasn't effective. But the idea sounded really, really cool, and this was a very devastating cannon. Or this was a very devastating cannon. On whatever it hit, it was going to absolutely decimate it. Now, what it was the double barrel cannon. Now, how does the double barrel cannon work? Well, you see, they get 2 iron balls, and they connect both iron balls to a chain. Then they load the iron balls into the cannon barrels, and then they would fire off the cannon, and the 2 iron balls connected to the chain would fly, and it wouldn't be the iron balls that would devastate, it would be the chain, because this thing would cut through anything. And they tested it out on many different things. It mowed down crops with the chain. It cut down a tree, a full-grown tree. This thing went right through it. And unfortunately, it devastated that cow. Now, you're probably thinking, that is absolutely cruel. Why would they test it out on a cow? See, here's the thing. The cow was not the target. This is why I mentioned that the cannon was not effective. Because whatever it hit, it did substantial damage to whatever it hit. The main problem was, it never hit the target. It just flew into a random direction, and wherever it flew, God forbid anything was in the direction of where it flies. Because whoever was firing this cannon has no clue on where it's gonna go. All they know is that it's gonna go in front of them in some sort of direction. And wherever direction it goes, it's gonna be devastating. Hence the reason why they know that it's devastating to a cow. Because the cow wasn't a target, but it went after the cow. This is why they also didn't use it in the war, because they knew this wasn't effective, so it exists, just not practical. But hearing about the way that thing worked, I just thought to myself, that sounds absolutely terrifying. And if I make a design, you know, if I have to make a mech design, I'm adding that to the design. I'm adding that sort of weapon to the mech. Obviously, we're going to take some liberties on the whole fact that it does not aim wherever you want it to go, but hey, we're doing character designs. You could have a little bit of leniency on it. If you can make flying machines that have absolutely no right of flying because magic, I think I could put a double barrel cannon on something and say, yeah, you could aim it. I mean, hey, if you could have the sword designs that you have that are out there nowadays and say, oh yeah, this is a very powerful weapon. Absolutely no way is the pointed end on that weapon going to devastate your wrist. Or, no, there's no way that that claymore can cut the way it does. But you know what? It's fantasy. A claymore can cleave however it likes. A short sword can be used like a katana. Let us do whatever the heck we feel like. So, yeah. If a claymore can cleave through armor like it's nobody's business, which almost practically has, I mean, okay, depending on the claymore. But if I'm correct, most of the time, the claymore was more so to blunt force damage. And in the case of Guts, that was truly just blunt force damage. Like, that isn't even supposed to be a weapon that has practicality. And even in the series of Berserk, they basically say that weapon has no right in cutting the way it does, but it's the fact that it's such a devastating, it's such a heavy weapon, and being swung at such force, it's basically like the chain on the double barrel shotgun, and we brought it back full circle. Let's go. Or the double barrel cannon, there we go. Yeah. Basically, Guts' sword is like that. The only reason why it cuts is because it's going at such ferocity, such velocity, such force is being packed behind that giant, behind that giant slab of steel. Where under normal circumstances, that should not be cleaving. That should not be cutting. Don't they like using that to stop ships from sailing away? The chain? Maybe. I do know that they usually... Oh, do they? Yo, that would be pretty awesome. But I think it's just like one chain on one thing like that. Question, if Claymore has a bosom, does that mean it has cleaved? Really, Cam? Really? Anyway. I was very spooked from VR Edition. I can imagine. I can imagine. I also heard that there's a VR version of Dead Space, and I want to play that. Okay, let's see. They might, anyway. Going back to that one thing about the chains, it could be. Like, I feel like it's more like just one chain on it rather than two balls and a chain on it. Not to mention, this cannon was a long time ago, so I can imagine the weapons back in the day not being as effective as the current ones that we have now. So maybe they did perfect it a little bit more. But I was looking into stuff where it's like, how could I design a makeshift vehicle? A makeshift vessel. Like, not high-tech, state-of-the-art, but more so like, slap all this slab of metal, add an engine, all of this stuff. Kind of like, basically like the prototype Iron Man suit, but at a smaller scale. Coop, thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome to the Moth Fleet. I hope you enjoy your stay. By the way, you're a lampy now. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. Okay, let's see. That cow was chilling, eating some grass, mooing up the lady cows, and then turned to pace because poorly accurate canon. Basically. Just chilling, having a day, all of a sudden, chain out of nowhere. Two iron spheres and a chain, and then boom, the day was over. And they were never getting that back. Thank you for the hydrate and the posture check. I greatly appreciate that there, buddy. Alright, now for this part, what we just need to do just need to make it very fluffy. Very fluffy mold. Hold up. Okay, yeah, no, it's still the same. Alright, and we're all good. Finally catching up with everything. And since I got no more stuff to talk about, let's talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! No, I'm kidding. We'll probably bring up more Yu-Gi-Oh! When... probably Sunday. If I'm back here on Sunday, we'll probably talk about it on Sunday. No. I take it back. We're gonna talk about JoJo's on Sunday, so we'll leave that alone for another time. But yeah, we do not stop the stream until we finish up this drawing. But just because we're going to be staying here for a good while does not mean that you have to stay here for a good while. If you need to go get rest or you need to go get sleep, go get that rest and go get that sleep. Yu-Gi-Oh! And JoJo's, I found my stream. Yo! Then perfect. Okay, so one question there. Did you finish... Okay, so did you finish Stone Ocean? Because I was talking about how I was going to talk about Stone Ocean on Sunday, because I know there's some folks that are still in the early stages of JoJo, or in part 3, so I decided I'm not going to talk about it until what's it called? Coop found an amazing moth? Nice. Glad to hear it. And you do your lurk there, Gregor, and I greatly appreciate you stopping by. I hope you're having a good day, and whatever it is that you're doing, I hope it goes well. Yes, finish the show 3 times. Nice. Okay, great. Then yeah, if you feel like it, feel free to stop by on Sunday, because on Sunday I will be talking about part 6, because I wanted to talk about Stone Ocean for the longest time. It's just that I don't want to just jump into it and start talking about it, and you know, people just decided to stop by and be like, we'll just watch the funny moth do the funny drawing, maybe. If he stops getting so distracted, let him draw his, or yeah, if he's not distracted, maybe watch him draw some stuff. And, you know, out of nowhere, like, I wouldn't want them to just sit back, you know, sit back, leave it in the background, listen to it while they're doing their work, and then all of a sudden they start hearing JoJo spoilers because they're still on part 3. I do not want that, because I want everyone to enjoy JoJo's wherever they are. Last thing I would want to do is be like, all right, so thank you all for stopping by. We're going to talk about this. So when this character, you know, blah, 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 and it's like, no, I was still on part 4, like, oh. So anyway, so when, what's his name? Yeah, so I'm gonna make sure that I have it announced. And so I decided this Sunday, maybe Saturday, I'm finally gonna talk about JoJo's Part 6, because I've been wanting to talk about this for so long. I'm currently trying to read Skill Ball Run. Ooh, nice. I hear a lot of good things about that one. I'm not gonna say anything past that point, but I've been hearing a lot of good things about that one. Part 8, a little iffy. But Part 7, really, really good is what I hear. Part 9, we're still seeing that unfold. That is one of the, it's a rare occasion that I see, you know, I get to see a JoJo episode, or a JoJo series from the very beginning. So, glad that I got to live long enough to find you know, actually see the beginning of a JoJo series. Like, let alone the beginning of a JoJo manga. What the? Oh, right, I forgot. There was, Euro beats on this. You know what? I'm gonna keep the Euro beats. But yeah, needless to say, we talk about JoJo's and we talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot. Me neither. I don't want to spoil that. Or, I don't want to spoil what I know so far. Yeah, fair. Exactly. I mean, okay, here's the thing. I personally don't mind spoilers, but I know a lot of people that are, you know, still watching that stuff. So, I leave that one alone for where it is. Because if it was just a one-on-one conversation, I'd be like, hit me with it. Hit me with everything. Let me see what's going on in the land of JoJo. But I don't want someone else to pop up and be like, hey, yo, what's going on over here? And then they read the chat and then they find out everything about JoJo. And they're still on part 2. Oh, let's see. And scream in Moth if you're being held hostage. Wait, who's being held hostage? Where the potato? Ah, we're still working on the potato. We're working on the main drawing first, and then we work on potato. Listen, I'm gonna say it. My favorite character always have the worst luck. So they're a Joestar. I'm not gonna say too much detail, but come on, let's be honest. If your favorite character is the main character, let's be honest, they have the worst luck. Look at Yugi. Look at Yugi, for example. He just wanted to play a card game. He just wanted to play with a little. He just wanted to solve a puzzle. Now look at where he was. He was just a little boy in his room trying to solve a puzzle, and then he ends up, because of solving that puzzle, he ends up in so many shenanigans that lead him to being the sole protector of the world. One of the sole protectors of the world, because without him, the Dark Lord would have, you know, taken over multiple times. So, yeah. And all this. Well, maybe not all this, but, you know, it all started with him just wanting to solve a puzzle, have some homies. He just didn't want to be alone no more. And then he got exactly what he wanted. But at the same time, he had to deal with a lot of nonsense. So, yeah. Okay, let's see. And same thing with JoJo. Like JoJo, I'm not going to get into too many details on that, but you know, every JoJo, they're literally just living their life, doing their thing, having their day. Well, except for one, but we'll not get into that. But for the most of them, they're just doing their thing, having their day. All of a sudden, life hits them. Or let's just say a form of Dio hits them. So, yeah. Thank you for the stretch there, Himbo, and thank you for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Actually, sometimes it's not even Dio, but we're not going to get into that. We're going to leave that alone. Anyway, you'll know what I mean when you watch that series. Anyway. Point being is, They usually have the worst luck. They're usually just trying to have a day, and then, you know, life happens. And that's not even spoilers, because you know what? You can't have a protagonist without stuff happening to them. Yo, Canalist, welcome on in. And thank you for the 5. I greatly appreciate it. Holy cow. What are you doing? Save your money. And I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Now let me try to catch up with some stuff while I'm drawing these here bugs. What are we not getting? What are we not getting into? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Not yet. We're saving that for Sunday. Sunday we talk about JoJo. I agree. I don't usually mind spoilers, but it makes someone else upset, then I don't like it. Exactly. That's why I usually ask before I say anything. Before I ask anything, I usually like to ask. Before I get into any conversation or go into any rant, I usually like to ask the person, "How far did you get in the series?" Before I say anything, how far did you get? They tell me how far they got. Like, okay. So that gives me a benchmark of where to stop. And then I just go completely ham into whatever it is. Unless it's Yu-Gi-Oh, because, let's be honest, Yu-Gi-Oh was a long time ago. If you haven't seen it, and let's also be honest, it's not that groundbreaking. I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh is one of those series where you could get spoiled on it, and it won't be that big of a deal. Like, Yugi beats Pegasus. Yeah, you don't need a mind reader to know that one. Kaiba and Yugi have a duel. Yugi beats Kaiba. Doesn't matter which part. Okay, it doesn't matter which one. There's at least one where it does matter, because Yugi technically doesn't win that one. But anyway, point being is, you hear like, oh yeah, Battle City, you know, the so-so tournament, Yugi beats Kaiba. Yeah, that's kind of... If he didn't, that'd kind of be the end of that arc, wouldn't it? Yeah, pretty much. So it's not that big of a deal. You know, duel between Merrick and Yugi. Yugi wins. Okay, yeah, that's kind of expected. Like, does not matter. No ifs, ands, or buts. Like, because, again, if Merrick ever wins those duels, game over, end of the world. So you kind of already know that it's not that deep. So I'm pretty sure not a lot of people would look at like, how dare you spoil the outcome of Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, come on, let's be honest. JoJo's, on the other hand, JoJo's has some spoilers that we cannot get into. So that's why I try to ask about that one. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Free reign. We're not missing much. Free reign. I feel like it's not that big of a deal for Yu-Gi-Oh! But still, okay. After the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, if someone else mentions something about Yu-Gi-Oh! I will... If it's outside of the original series, I will ask them. Because, let's be honest, the original series, kinda cookie cutter, it works. But it's standard. GX and everything after that, I think it's still warranted to ask them before spoiling anything. Because, like I mentioned, there's some parts in GX where stuff gets intense. Stuff gets really intense. Like I said, one of my friends didn't watch it because they thought, I don't want to watch a slice of life Yu-Gi-Oh! I want action. I want intensity. I'm like, want me to give you an example of intensity in the series? And they're like, hit me with it. And I'm like, I explain how one character in the series dies. Now, it's not so much the shocking point that which character dies. The shocking point is that they die, or that a character dies. So that's the intensity behind that one. And granted, I don't feel like that one's one of those big spoilers. Like, how dare you explain that a character dies in this series? Well, if someone thinks it's not that intense, I kind of need to give an example of how intense this series can get. I'm not going to tell you who, but I can definitely tell you pavement is involved. Anyway, it's a basic plot armor anime. Exactly. Like, if it's a plot armor anime, chances are there isn't really a lot to spoil. Bruce Willis was dead in the 6th Sense. Why would you say that? That was like a 20-year movie. How dare you spoil a 20-year movie? Anyway. Plus, to be honest, you haven't watched the OG Yu-Gi-Oh! Yet, then that's not my fault if you get spoiled. Exactly, exactly. I mean, even then, like I said, I don't think a lot of people are going to be upset that you spoil the OG Yu-Gi-Oh! Scar killed Mufasa. You know what? That's a really good expression right there. That was not the intent, but I think this is the perfect expression. Like, oh my god. How? Why? You know what? I would have never suspected anyway. Shock, horror, how dare. Exactly, exactly. Like, shock, horror, how dare. You spoiled a 30-year movie. Anyway. Lampy, I'm sorry, but Snape killed... No, they're spoiling the best twists. Okay, funny enough. Wait, did you get that one from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge? Because that was one of the things from one of those Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge. Like, in Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge, Yugi was dueling this one person that kind of had like a... fair. So, he was... In the Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge, Yugi was dueling that other person that had, what was it called? The other Dark Magician in his deck. And the joke behind it was, the way that duel goes is that whoever loses their legs. Because there's a buzzsaw at the bottom, and that will, once their life points reach 0, that buzzsaw will go across their ankle. And slice them clean off. So... they made a joke about that duel being like Saw. And so Yugi decided, I know how to defeat this Jigsaw wannabe. I just have to spoil... Yeah. I know how to beat this Jigsaw wannabe. I just have to ruin every plot... Or I just have to ruin every movie twist imaginable. Snape kills, and then it just goes to, like... Then it just cuts to 10 minutes of spoilers. Like, no, he's ruining all the best twists. Oh, that's what it was. Like, Bruce Willis was dead, and I forgot what it was. Like, I remember it says 10 minutes later of plot twist. Or, yeah, 10 minutes later of spoilers, and then it comes back to him like, Bruce Willis was a ghost, and Rosebud was the sled. That's what it was. Like, Bruce Willis was a ghost, and Rosebud is the sled. No, he's spoiling all the best twists. There we go, that's how the joke went. Took me a minute to remember how it all went down. Anyway. Ouch? Yeah, very much ouch. You won't believe it catches them all. Or let's see. You won't believe it catches them all. Oh, you won't believe it. Ash catches them all. Ah, fair. Okay. I will say this. Maybe it's because I'm not a big Pokemon fan, but I was surprised that, you know, people got very emotional that Ash finally became, you know, the world champion. And I thought, I mean, if this was a real life event, I'd be looking at it like, holy cow, we actually did it. But since this is an anime, I'm looking at it thinking, well, yeah, they kind of had to let him get that eventually, right? I mean, what would be the point of Pokemon? Maybe he was supposed to learn a lesson, but I don't know. Lampy has watched Citizen Kane. Nice, very cultured. No, but I know of it, but I should watch Citizen Kane. Okay, here's the funny thing. I need to set up another movie night. The only problem is setting up another movie night. Penspin? Penspin it is. Thank you for redeeming Penspin. I mean, there's a reason why I haven't set up another movie night in a long time, and it's not so much... It's nothing wrong, it's nothing bad, it's just... Organizing is tough. Organizing and time management. It is one of the very tough things. Because I know there was a lot of movies that a lot of people wanted to watch, and I was like, yeah, we could do that. Several months later, okay, we finally get to the next movie. That sort of thing. Let's see. Uncle Jackson is back and will never leave Hee-Hee. Fair. Goku kills Dumbledore. He then marries Sailor Moon. They have their child, Ash Ketchum, on the Death Star. They go home to Babylon 5 to prevent the Shinobi Wars. Knowing Goku, he's gonna fail that one, mostly because he wants to see that war go down. He wants a good fight. So I can imagine him just failing that. This is too much energy. At that was too much energy on my end. Like, that music was too much energy. I needed it to settle down a little bit. I need the music to mellow down so I can mellow down too. Okay, I'm a big fan of Pokemon, or I'm a big Pokemon fan, and I still thought it like, oh cool, yeah, okay, what now? Exactly. Sixth Sense was a movie. Sixth Sense was the movie you're thinking of. Exactly. Yeah, I know that one's Sixth Sense, but I know like Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge made fun of the both Sixth Sense and Harry Potter when they were talking about that joke of spoiling everything. Okay, plus to be honest, I haven't watched. Oh, okay, so I saw that part. There we go. What? Also, Fazzy May, thank you for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. How you be? Also, what is it that confused you? We talk about a lot of things here, so it's really hard for me to tell which part was the confusing part. Was it the part about Goku and Sailor Moon getting married on the Death Star? Because if so, I can understand why that would be a bit confusing one. Also, it's 10 o'clock and my brain is frying, but we're going to keep going. We're almost there. Crossover, yeah. Ah, fair. Okay, so what I was just reading something that was being said over there, and yeah, it could be a very confusing crossover. It's like, how does it go? It showed a picture of Goku. Okay, so it reminds me of this one meme where it showed a picture of Goku. No. It showed a picture of Yugi, I think it was. I think it showed a picture of Yugi, and it said, "This is Ash Ketchum." Okay, yeah, that's what it was. It showed a picture of Yugi and Agumon, and it said, "This is Ash Ketchum." No, that's what it was. It didn't show Agumon, it just showed Yugi, and it said, "This is Ash Ketchum. He is my favorite Digimon on the Dragon Ball series." There we go, that's what it was. Or he's my favorite Digimon on Dragon Ball Z. That's what it was. So, it was one of those memes that's supposed to kind of give you an aneurysm, trying to process it. Also, hey there, Lampy, how are you? Yo, Fazzy, thank you for stopping by. So far, so good. I am very tired, but you know what? I am very tired, but also very hyper. I don't know how that works. But we're trying to mellow down. Okay, I know why I'm tired and I'm hyper. Because I've been drawing and talking in this sort of hot weather for the past 3 hours. Yeah, for the past 3 hours. I've just been non-stop talking and non-stop drawing and non-stop ranting in practically 80 to 90 degree weather at, I want to say it's like 80 degree weather at 11 p.m. No, 10 p.m. They already know pretty warm weather out here. All the while, I was listening to Euro beats, so that was giving a lot of energy with no brain power. How about yourself? I hope things are going well. Oh my god, guys, you won't believe it, but Yugi plays Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't believe it. That's a lie. Okay, to be fair, in the original Bandai series, he didn't play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Fun fact. Season 0, the only time Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever came up in Season 0 was when Kaiba hit the field. When he hit the stage, that's when Yu-Gi-Oh! Pops up. Or, you know, Duel Monsters. If Kaiba wasn't there, Duel Monsters would not mention. It was left alone in the background. But the moment Kaiba shows up, oh, you better believe it, it's time to get the cards. And, well, after seeing Duel Monsters in that manga, the fans or the readers were like, can this be a thing, and how does it work? I want to play this game. And so they tried to figure it out, and they were like, all right, how do we make this game? Hence the reason why Duelist Kingdom had no rules. It was just D&D with cards. They just made it up as they went along because they thought, you know, it'll be fine. figure it out later. In the meantime, just get the story out. Once they get the story out, that's when they'll figure things out from there. Nuclear Neon, thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome to the Moth Fleet. I hope you enjoy your stay. By the way, you're lampy now. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. And I hope the weekend has been going well for you there, buddy. We are currently just drawing Moth, and then we draw Potato. We just need to finish off the line art here. And I want to say we're almost there. We're almost there with the line art. Now, give me a moment there, folks. Let me just draw the cranium of this here sucker. And then we get started on the next part. Which is really difficult to draw the cranium right now because there is no friction on this freaking tablet because it is really bad weather out here. Okay, let's see. Card games on motorcycles. Card games on motorcycles indeed. Yami mostly played. That's true, that's true. Yugi barely played in the other series as well. Okay, like those memes, like, I just got the painting... Okay, I just got done painting the grass because my fish were too long and my cat interrupted me while her barking caused my frog kept mopping... Oh, my frog kept mopping the walls after I told him to feed the snake because his beak was empty. Confusing type joke. Exactly. Guys, Kaiba doesn't need the rules. He's got money and green hair. Exactly. To be fair, yeah, basically. He's got money, he's got green hair, and he's got thugs. He's got thugs when the money doesn't work. It's the reason how he got the other 3 blue eyes. If you want to know how he got the other 3 blue eyes, look that one up because that's another situation where how he got them blue eyes was pretty brutal. Yugi's grandpa got off easy in comparison to the other 2 that did not give up their dragons easily. As Kaiba went to 3 other people and said, "Give me that dragon, I will give you so much money." And they were like, "No, this is a very special card, you can't have it." And Kaiba was like, "Very well, have it your way." And they regretted it, let me tell you, they certainly regretted it. All I can tell you is that Mafia was involved in one of them. And another person lost their entire everything. So, yeah. Season 0, very brutal. Hello? Yo, good to see ya. It has been good. You guys are talking about good topics. Yo, nice. I'm glad to hear you're enjoying the conversation right now. What were we talking about again? We were talking about a lot of stuff. Okay, I feel like the game Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duelist of Roses is closest to what the show was. True. Duelist of Roses was a crazy one. Because you have the field, you have the board, you could throw them anywhere you like, and that water field stuff. Okay, not gonna lie, I liked how the water stuff worked in the anime. You just hide your monster underwater, and if they had something that would work with, you know, conducting electricity, then yeah, your monster would probably die underwater, because it's basically electricity in a bathtub. Your monster is not going to have a good day. But that's why Mako had that electric jellyfish to cancel it out, so yeah, there you go. There was a lot of reasons of how that stuff worked. And then, you know, the bombastic idea of, hey, destroy the moon, or attack the moon, there we go. Attack the moon to wipe out the water field. I love how ridiculous that game was sometimes. I tried playing, I tried to play Duelist Kingdom Rules with a friend. We came up with the dumbest ideas. Came up with the absolute dumbest ideas, let me tell you. Like, for example, I had this one monster that had ice counters, and I told my friend, those ice counters is armor on my monster. If you wanted to defeat my monster, you have to get through the armor. You have to get through the ice tokens first, so every time they inflicted any damage to my monster or tried to destroy my monster, all they did was chip off a piece of the armor. So it just lost an ice counter. And if my opponent said that, you know, if my friend said that they used a really powerful move or a fire move and all of that stuff to melt the ice, well, then there goes all my ice counters. And so now I have to come up with a new plan. God forbid when they decided to summon up the Winged Dragon of Ra in their turn. Because, yeah, needless to say, Duelist Kingdom rules with an Egyptian god, you better believe they're gonna say the dumbest of stuff, and you have no choice but to accept it, because that's a god card right there. Good times, not gonna lie though. Okay. But I actually want to play Duelist of Roses again. I haven't played that game in forever. I never beat it. But I do remember playing that one, and I think one of my best cards in that game was Barrel Dragon. And the fact that they had tunes in that deck, or in that game. I want to see how the tune cards work in that game. I never got to see how that worked. You know what? I gotta play Duelist of Roses. After Hollow Knight, Duelist of Roses. Which reminds me, I gotta get back to Hollow Knight again. One of these days I'll get back to that Hollow Knight. But for right now, we got a lot of stuff to draw. That's why I haven't been able to get back to Hollow Knight, because we got a lot of work to do. That and my brain was too fried to play Hollow Knight. There we go. Bro, I remember having stacks and stacks of Yu-Gi-Oh cards like 3 feet high. Ooh, nice. Fun fact, head empty only spooks. Fair. What are you talking about? Kaiba got those fair and square. Sure he did. Sure. Absolutely. How much did he pay you? Does he have your family ransom? I feel like he has your family ransom if you're saying all of that. Listening. And I tell you something crazy, by all means. Also, Mario, good to see you. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. I was crazy once. Got better. You were crazy? Ah, fair. How crazy were you, and how'd you get rid of the crazy? No, just kidding. I'm not going to start that. Fair. Alright, computer got the blue screen. Ah, I'm sorry to hear that one there, buddy. And I know that sentiment. I think my computer got the blue screen yesterday. It happens. Sometimes it's not as bad as it, sometimes it's not that bad. I've learned that sometimes the blue screen, it just means that, yeah, it's just gonna restart. It has to do a forced restart. Hopefully, sometimes it's not so bad. Sometimes it means your computer needs to, you better have backed up all your files, because you're gonna need to restart everything. Everything. But for the most part, usually the blue screen of death usually means, force restart. You better have saved you better have saved all your work, because going away now. But for the most part, it was the first time. Ah, fair. Then yeah, I can see why that would be very, very scary the first time around. First time around, you're like, what does this mean? At least it's not like the red ring of death on an Xbox. Who else remembers the red ring of death on an Xbox 360? Whenever you saw that red ring, that just meant it's over. Time to get a new system. Let's see. I may or may not have gotten a certain person's number because... Ah, fair, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Speaking of, save your work, Lampy. Good idea. Good idea right there. Control S. Alright. Now let's get back to the work at hand. But anyway, folks, this is why I mentioned at the beginning. All right there, Mr. Wilkes, you do lurking. I hope you enjoy your stay. And I hope you have a good day. Or, yeah, whatever it is you're doing, hope it goes well. But yeah, folks, this is what I say. When it comes to the sketch, as you can see, when it comes to the sketch, you don't have to worry about how much detail you put into it at the beginning. As you can see, this is what we... Okay, let's get rid of the line art right quick. This is what we had at the end. Not all that... It's very sketchy. No pun intended. It's very messed up, like all the details aren't there, like it's a little messed up, but that's okay. That is completely fine, because that's why You make the sketch first, then you put the line art to perfect the issues that you had with the sketch in the first place. You know what? Funny enough, I think we're going to keep this here to give it that fluff essence. That essence of fluff. Which we should probably also do this too. 1 and 2. Give it a little more detail to the fluff. Have it pop out a little more. Actually, here's how we're going to make it pop out a little more. Gonna get rid of all of this. All of this. Just a little bit lower. There we go. Give it a little bit of puffiness of it. And then we get rid of this part. As we add more of the puff. A little bit lower though. A little bit more on the inside. Or a little bit more on the outside. There we go. Like that. There we go. That should be good. Give it a good amount of fluff. And then we just connect it right there. We're all set. Okay. I'm lucky I haven't gotten it until the Xbox One came out. So I got Xbox One like a week after. Do y'all remember the red screen on the PS2 when the disc didn't work? That terrified me at that time. They made it a red screen. Okay, I can see why that would be terrifying. Because, you know, you see a big red screen on your, you see a big red screen. You probably think, good Lord, what has happened? Like, what's going on? Did I break something? Did it break something? Is my TV okay? Then you find out, it just means that the disc isn't being read. Like, oh. Thought it meant that the file was corrupted or something. Which is funny, because they don't really show you a lot of, it doesn't show you anything, it doesn't give you a devastating screen when the file gets corrupted. Like, we can't read your disk. File's corrupted. Oh, okay. That's basically how the PlayStation reacted to it. Like, it did not give you a lot of a response or a lot of reaction when your entire file was corrupted. It just looked like, I don't want to alarm you. Might be a big problem, but don't think we can read your disk. Oh, by the way, your file's corrupted too, but we can't read your disk. What? I mean, I could just... I could wipe the disk, that'll be fine, but what's that about the file? I don't remember. It's probably not that big of a deal. No. You said something about corrupted? I think, maybe, I don't know. It said something, I don't know. But we can't read your disk, that's important. Go back to the file. What's going on with the file? I don't know, something about can't read. Or, I don't know, something about it being dead. Anyway. That's basically how PS2 went with it. Yo, Dorito, good to see you. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. But yeah, that's just basically how it went with that sort of thing. And it's like, you know, maybe you should have had the red screen for when the file is corrupted. Not like a false alarm. You're not a moth, lies, and slander. Anyway. You know what? I take it back. You're right. I'm not a moth. I'm not a moth. I'm a moose. A moth moose. We brought it back full circle again. Let's go, folks. Anyway, for those of you who are not there at the beginning, we were talking about the moth moose, like the Canadian equivalent of the Mothman, except instead of it being a moth, instead of it being part man, part moth, it was just part moth, part moose. So it would just be a giant moth. It's giant moth with moose antlers. That is a really tough thing to say, or maybe it's just me. Maybe I just suck at speaking. But anyway, it would be a moth with moose. No, I feel like this is a little bit of a tongue twister. A moth with moose antlers. There we go. Okay, no, it just might be me being tired. Anyway, does not matter. Not important. What's important is friends we made along the way? I don't know. And back to the main point. Moth? Yes, it's a moth. It's basically a moth, or it's basically a moose with a lisp. Moth. You ever seen some of them moothises? Let's see. For 50 points, I feel... Nah. There's no point in it. There's no negotiation on that one. Besides, it started at 30. Basically, this is what we're doing with what I'm doing with the redeem. Every time someone redeems it, I make it higher, and it stays at the 30-minute mark every time. So if anyone redeems it for 50k, we're bumping it up to 70. Yo, Cobble, thank you for the raid. I greatly appreciate it. But yeah, that's basically how it's gonna go. Let's see. Ideal a moth body with moose antlers for wings. Interesting, maybe. But yeah, let's give you a shout out there. Folks, if you haven't checked out Cobble, I highly suggest you. Very chill stream over there. Very chill stream, a lot of Minecraft and... No, wait, if I'm correct, you finished... If I'm correct, you finished whatchamacallit. Power Wash? Which I didn't know was actually... I didn't know that was possible. To finish Power Wash Simulator. But yeah, folks, if you haven't checked out Cobble, I highly suggest you do. And everybody stopping by from Cobble's stream. Hi, my name is Lampy, small-time illustrator for all-size moths. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes some live-to-do rigging streams. And today is one of those drawing streams. I'm currently working on a viewer redeem. They redeemed the line art redeem, they redeemed the line art request, and their request for the line art was to draw their character that you can see in the top right corner over there. Top left corner over there, I apologize, I'm tired. And draw it in my style. So, we're currently trying to draw their character in a Lampy style, so there we go. We got that one rolling in. But only as a line art, if I'm correct, they're going to be drawing it the rest of the way for themselves. But yeah. Good to see you, everybody. Good to see you, Cobble. Good to see you there. Yolis let's see, Valkine? Is that how you pronounce it? Yolis Valkine? Let me know if that's how you pronounce it. If not, please feel free to correct me, because I have no idea. Okay. Nailed it? Nice. First try. Whew. But yeah, how did the art go there, Cobble? What were you up to? What were you drawing? How things be? I hope things are going well. As we get back to the drawing of the line arts and stuff. And I think my brain is officially fried, but we need to draw at least two things. One, luckily, I think the moth potato will be a lot faster and a lot easier to work. So that's going to be convenient. Thanks for the shout out and for the few follow. Oh yeah, let's see. For the few follows, new friends. Yeah, no problem. I'm glad to hear that people are. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that you're getting some exposure there, buddy. Especially after like the whole situation right there. I'm glad to hear that you got back on that horse, and that things have been going well, or that things have been getting better. I'm assuming. I was playing Magic and Undertale earlier, then attempted to draw myself. Ah, fair, nice. Yo, I hope that it sounds like that was a very fun day right there. What am I trying to say again? Hold on a second. But yeah, it sounds like it was a very fun day right there. Especially with the Undertale stuff and the drawing. Drawing's always very chill sometimes. I wish I had chill drawing streams. Never happened. And folks, if you're thinking, what do you mean? Lampy's drawing streams are always chill. On your end, maybe. On your end. Yo, Cupcake, good to see you. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Like, on my end, I'm literally running a ship over here. I'm like, okay, we gotta man the bows, we gotta, like, set up the sails. We gotta, what's the other stuff? Okay, we gotta pick up the anchor. We gotta steer this sucker. Where is the wind going? Going that way? Okay, I think we know what we're doing out here. There's a storm coming, aka a raid. Like, okay, we gotta ready ourselves. Here we go. That's usually how it is when it comes to this. I gotta keep up with everything. Gotta keep on going. Gotta keep on moving. And then once the stream is over, I go take a nap. Which also reminds me, folks, if you ever raid, never feel bad if you have to go. If you have to go, you gotta go. Or if you just don't have the energy anymore, completely understandable. Because, you know, depending on how long you raided or how long you streamed, usually depends on, you know, how much energy you got left. And I know a lot of people, they usually stream, I know a lot of folks usually stream for several hours. So, once the stream is over, it's usually time to either go to work, take a nap, get some food, take a walk, whatever it is that they gotta do. So, I just want to say, I hope nobody ever feels bad when they gotta raid and run, because I completely understand that sentiment. You've been sitting there in front of the screen for several hours. It's time to, you know, it's time to go. But, if you feel like sticking around and stopping by, or, you know, if you feel like sticking around watching the stream, and I hope you enjoy in the meantime. I do be tired for sure. Exactly. That's why I usually say, like, if you're if you're rated, feel free, or, you know, feel free to raid and dip however you feel. I know to raid into somebody and then stay there for their stream, that's still technically exhausting work, but if that's what you feel like doing, then that's awesome. And if you don't feel like doing that, that's completely understandable. Why? I do that. I raid and run more often than you would think. I give a raid, I'd be like, yo, what's up? I have a bit of conversation, and then I go to sleep. Or I go to work. Or I just go for a walk because my legs need to move. Or I watch comedy, I watch comedy episodes with my brother. That's usually what I'm doing a lot nowadays, is that, you know, I would just walk into my brother's room, we go watch some comedy stuff, see what's going on, or I would just watch some YouTube with him. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's a miss, but you know what? That's YouTube for you. Sometimes you'll find some really good comedy, sometimes maybe it's just not the kind of comedy for you, you know, it's that sort of thing. But you know what? C'est la vie, that is life. Also, in case you're wondering, yes, I do know that what I just said in French is the exact same thing that I said in English, which is, you know, that's life. I just like to say both at the same, or I just like to say one after the other, because, you know, the reasons, things, stuff of that nature. Anyway, what was I doing again? What were we talking about before this? I don't remember. We were talking about a lot. Not gonna lie, we were talking about a lot. We were talking about Kaiba. We were talking about card games. We were talking a little bit about JoJo, but not going too far into it, because we gotta save that for Sunday. Sunday. Maybe Saturday. I usually do what I call a sleepy alert, especially in this one stream. They made a special command for me. I essentially lurk or watch the stream and fall asleep to the stream and leave it on, so I'm lurking while I sleep. Ah, fair. You know, that's awesome that they gave you a special command. I feel bad, because I don't give anybody special commands out here. That's not true. I gave one special command to one person, but we'll wait for them to pop up. If they pop up today, then we go give that special command. But if not, you know what? Whether they're here or not, it don't matter. We're going to give them that special command. There we go. No, wait. There we go. They do a lot of stuff here, and they have a radio channel that they never promote, so we're like, go check out the radio channel, whether they like it or not. Anyway, drink a 6-pack of Red Bull, chug 2 5-hours, and chase it with a monster. Put on a gas mask with chloroform, soaked filter, then start singing 99 bottles of beer, and post your high score on how many verses you sang. Will you die from that? Is what I want to know. Because a 6-pack of Red Bull and 2 5-hour energy drinks before and with Monster before the chloroform. I'm sorry, but that sounds like a heart attack waiting to happen right there. I actually know a friend that just kept on drinking all the energy drinks that he got at a convention. Like, he went to a show or I don't know what sort of convention. I don't remember where he went exactly, but he got a bunch of energy drinks from a lot of people. They were giving out free energy drinks here and there. And he decided to drink them all. And these weren't like the big ones, like the big these weren't like the Monster or Red Bull energy drinks. No, these were the 5-hour like energy drinks. The little container that gives you a lot of energy for the next few hours. He drank multiple of those just because he had them. And he swore to God that he could hear his heartbeat. No earphones, no nothing. He would just be sitting there, and he says he heard it just thumping the whole day. And I'm like, yeah, maybe you should learn your lesson on that. Don't just start chugging energy drinks. Especially not 5-hour energy drinks. I think I've actually mentioned that one with, I think I mentioned this one once before, where during my college years, I relied on 5-hour energy when I was absolutely dead, but I needed to go to class and take care of something. One day, this is when I learned, okay, I think I need to quit the 5-hour energy drinks because they are not helping me. Because I went to a computer class that day. I went to a computer class. I took a 5-hour energy because I thought, it's early in the morning. I'm gonna need this before I, straight up pass out on the keyboard and all you see are a bunch of Z's on the screen. So I decided to take the 5-hour energy. And this is when I learned, maybe this doesn't help. Maybe this doesn't help me as much as I thought it would. Because normally, it just gave me a lot of energy, and it legit did what it said on the advertisement. All the energy, no crash. And I thought, this stuff is amazing. So I kept taking it every time I needed to wake up in the morning. Except one day. It didn't work the first time. So I decided, I need another one. Just one more. Just go for 2 for the day. And it worked. To a degree. See, I had the energy. I just didn't have the brain power. So I was completely wide awake, staring at the computer screen for the past 5 to 10 minutes, just scrolling on through on that computer while I was trying to work on Excel or something. I just kept on scrolling through that computer, doing absolutely nothing. But I was not tired. I just had no focus. I had no brain power to focus, but I was not dying of sleep. I just sat there for like 10 minutes realizing I have done nothing the past 10 to 15 minutes. Thank God this is college, because I am going home. I will do this on Sunday. Oh, right, it was a Saturday class too, mind you. So I just decided I'm going to work on this on Sunday, because right now it's just not happening. I will come back later. Okay, let's see. Awesome. What? We have different definitions of fun. Apparently so. The command was nanolurk, and it was said was Nano is now on the verge of falling unconscious. Because, well, my real name is Nacho. Ah, Nacho. Okay, so I was looking at the wrong name there. Okay. At this point, your friends smelled sounds and tasted colors. Probably. Lurk? Alright there, Cobble. You do your lurking. I hope you enjoy your stay. Or, yeah, I hope you enjoy whatever it is that you're doing. And in the meantime, hope you have a good night. For tomorrow and a great weekend. Take care now, buddy. Hi, Lampy. I don't know how late I'll be around, but I wanted to say hi and hope you're doing well, friend. Yo, thanks. Just wish you didn't show up with that emote. But good to see you, Mr. Chips. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Yo, Mr. Chips. Thank you for the sub. For 4 months. I greatly appreciate it. Really, with that emote, though? Come on. I'm tired. Thank you, Lampy. Stay awesome. Alright there, Cobble. You too. You take care now, buddy. You go get that rest. I know I'm gonna need that soon, too. But, you know what? I think I'm gonna stay up for a while. Because I need to fix my sleep schedule, which means... Started? Oh, no. Canalus, you stay away from that emote. Oh, great. It's too late. It's already there. But yeah, what was I saying again? Oh, right. I'm gonna stay up for a good while. Because I need to fix up my sleep schedule, which is, you know, stay up in the afternoon, go to sleep in the morning, work at night, that sort of thing. Because I mentioned this one before. Working in the afternoon sucks. Waking up in the morning sucks. That's why I like waking up in the afternoon, going to sleep in the morning, and working at night. Doesn't matter what the job is, I like working at night. Especially if it has anything to do with driving. If I have to drive, I usually like working at night. Although, I don't mind driving in the morning either, because when it's in the morning, a lot of stuff, yeah, when it's in the morning, a lot of people aren't on the road, especially if it's like early in the morning, like 4 o'clock in the morning. Now, I know that might sound a little crazy, but when you have a job that usually starts at 6, you usually got to get up at 4, leave at 5, so sometimes it's very early driving. Very early driving indeed. Okay, let me see. Funny part, I still drink Bang energy drink, especially citrus twist flavor. Ah, fair. I'm trying to think. What was the last energy drink that I was drinking? I don't remember the last energy drink I drank. Oh, wait, no. Okay, last energy drink I was drinking was Monster, but that's mostly because we didn't have anything else in the fridge, so I was like, you know what? Not a fan of Monster energy drink. Or most energy drinks, to be honest. But it is pretty warm today, so I'm just going to drink whatever's in the fridge. Thank God there wasn't mustard at the time. Because of how warm that day was, I feel like I might have compromised and looked at like, may not be a fan of mustard. That's looking pretty refreshing right about now. Yeah, this is how you know we got to the part of the day where things wind down a little bit. My brain is fried, but I gotta keep going. I'm running out of stuff to talk about. It's been 4 hours of me talking non-stop. So, yeah. Might have gotten to the point where, winding down, slowing down a little bit. We finally got to the part where the stream becomes chill. A little bit, maybe a little. So how about that terrible Twisted Metal show Oh, it looks horrible. I did not see the Twisted Metal show. What? I had unfortunately, there's definitely a strong feeling that it would have been bad, but what's going on with that show? What's the situation with the Twisted Metal show? Is nothing accurate? Did they at least, it's not out yet. Ah, fair. I heard they had Sweet Tooth in that show, which gives me some hopes, but at the same time, makes me a little worried. Yo, Gregor, thank you for the raid. I greatly appreciate it. Let's give you a shout out there, buddy. What were you up to? There we are. There's the name. Guild raid. We kick ass and eat grass. Nice, nice, nice. Cows, I see. No, I'm kidding. Welcome on everybody. Folks, go give Gregor a shout out if you haven't already, or go give them a follow if you haven't already. Really chill time over there. Really awesome streams. And everybody stopping by from Gregor's stream. Hi, my name is Lampy, small-time illustrator, football-sized moth. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes some live 2D rigging streams. And today, I'm currently working on one of those drawing streams. I'm working on a line art request from Sal, because they requested the line art redeem. So we're working on what they were asking, which is, hold up, wrong side. Working on their character model, or working on the line art of their character model in a Lampy style. So we're trying to give them arson wings and all of that stuff. Give them the moose antennae. All that good stuff. Let's see. I'm here to eat grass. Without the grass, and instead of the grass, it's Cosmic Brownie. I want a Cosmic Brownie right about now. And yeah, how did the Rune Factory 5 go? I don't know why I thought Factoria. And Unsteady Blue Waters, thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome to the Moth Fleet. I hope you enjoy your stay. By the way, you're a Lampy now. Don't know what that means? Don't worry about it. Let's see. I was being said again. Okay. Oh, right. So I was reading this part. Let's see. Not yet, it's not out. But instead, it's like a death race with the tournament style. It's about a guy delivering something. It kind of sounds like whatchamacallit. The recent Mortal Kombat movie. Your art is amazing? Yo, thanks, I'm glad you like it. What was I gonna say? If you thought the line art is good, yeah, I'm glad that you like the art. Because you thought the line art is good. If you look at everything else on the screen, you can see how the finished products usually look. Because everything you see here, the model, the sandwich, yeah, the two models, the sandwich, and the assets over in the corner, all drawn by yours truly. I hope you enjoyed. Lamp? Lamp indeed. Lamp. Embrace the lamp. Embrace its glow. Anyway. Let's see. It went well and heading to go to... Or let's see. It went well and heading to go to fight the final boss. Ooh, nice. Yo, that sounds pretty crazy. I hope the final boss fight goes well. I am tired. Me too there, buddy, me too. If you need to go get rest or you need to go get sleep, don't let this stream keep you. You go do what you gotta do. I will completely understand. I hope you have a good day, a better tomorrow, and a great week. But if you feel like sticking around and enjoying the stream, or yeah, if you feel like sticking around and watching the stream, then I hope you enjoy in the meantime. I want a Cosmic Brownie. Elder Gregor, I'm on fire. Indeed. Hell is now on fire. We're making them fire moth. Lamp indeed. Okay. We need to go back over here, clean up some of these parts. Clean up this edge a little bit. Yeah, my eyes are starting to give way, but we must finish. I do not want this to be a... I do not want this to be what is called a... What's the word I'm looking for? Lurk? Alright, they're unsteady. Alright, yeah. Yeah, Unsteady Blue Waters. You go get that. Yeah, you go do your lurking. And I hope whatever it is that you're doing goes well. I hope you have a good night, a better tomorrow, and a great week. You take care now, buddy. But anyway, what were we talking about again? Oh, right. We want to make sure these lines work well. We want to make sure these lines are steady. Simple, but not broken. Let's zoom out a little bit. I've been craving Cosmic Brownie all day, and now I'm going to force that craving onto you guys. Fair. I kind of more so want one of those Hostess cupcakes, but I'm also trying to cut back on the sugar. I've been indulging too much on the sugar, and I need to slow down a bit on it. I don't remember what it was, but I was really fighting the urge on it recently. Like, I was thinking to myself, I'm out here, I'm having a walk, it's time to go get snacks. And then I thought about, like, right, I'm trying to cut back on the snacks. Curses. But that ice cream is right there. I decided to cut back on that ice cream. I made a tough call. I think it was the right one. Especially since I've had multiple moments where I'm like, where I'm thinking to myself, the donut is right there. I could just have a donut. It's literally right around the corner, and I just realized, no. Cut back on that. Gotta start eating a little healthier. Okay, let's see. Did someone redeem Lampy Maid again? I swear I was closer than that. Yeah, it was a while back last time when it hit I left it at 40k and then someone redeemed it. I don't remember who exactly. So I was like, okay, we need to bump it up back to 50, or we gotta bump it up by another 10k. A Choco Taco. Ah, I miss Choco Tacos, but they don't exist anymore. I feel bad about that. I want a Choco Taco. I see. Why you gotta do that? Why you gotta remind me of something I can't get anymore? I also want Rice Krispies Treat cereal. Funny enough, I talked to my younger brother about that one, and he does not remember Rice Krispies Treat cereal. I mean, to be fair, I can understand why he does not remember Rice Krispies Treat cereal, because, not gonna lie, it was kind of expensive, so wasn't really a lot of it. And whenever we did get it, it didn't last very long. It was there for a day, and then it was all gone after that. So, yeah, that didn't work out all that. Oh, right, that's what I was saying. We gotta stay up. We gotta finish, because I gotta work. After I work on this, I gotta work on another thing, which is I gotta work on after that is I gotta work on the potato. Because I do not want the title to be clickbaity. I said we were going to draw a potato, and we will draw that potato. Maybe at the end of the stream, we will draw a potato with wings and antenna. No ifs, ands, or buts. We gotta make the potato moth. Or the poth, if you will. Or the moth-tato? The mo-tato? The mo-thato? Moth-tato. Yeah, there we go, moth-tato. Potato. Potato. Yes, potato. Oh, later, Moth? Alright there, Mr. Chips, you go get that rest. I hope you have a good day, a better tomorrow, and a great weekend. Take care now, buddy. What name would you give the mix of a potato and a moth? Moth that? Tater moth. Fair enough, tater moth. Oh, you said tater moth. Okay, my bad. I apologize, I'm tired. I'm tired and I can't read so good. I ain't done dare be the best readings. Nope. Not so much. All I learned was A, B, and C. I don't remember the letter that comes after. No, I remember what comes after A, B, and C. It's D. D for these nuts. Got him. Anyway. Back to the back to the actual drawing. That's it. Tater Muth. Right. It's Tater Muth. Like, dang it, I read my own message, and now I'm breathing consciously. What did you say? Okay. You know what? I'm feeling like a criminal now, so your breathing is a conscious activity. Nice try, but I'm too tired for that. Also, that's karma for you. But then again, you get me too, so yes, indeed. We all know about Daddy's little spell. You're never gonna live that joke down. Good old Virgil. Also, folks, if you're wondering what on earth that's all about, see, if you listen to Devil May Cry 3, Virgil apparently says, and I quote, something about trying to undo Daddy's little spell. Which, I'm pretty sure back in the... Okay, so that's one of those situations where the phrasing ages like milk. Or ages like wine, depends on how you want to see it. Like, if you're looking at it as, you know, that has a completely different ring to what it used to back then, I know that's not what he's trying to say, but now it means something completely different, then it aged like milk. But if you're looking at it as a term of content, it aged like fine wine. Like, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm trying to remember, what shows aged like wine? Firefly. Firefly aged like wine. Why do I say that? Because it wasn't that great at the beginning. And when I say at the beginning, I mean when it started, it didn't... And when I say it wasn't great, I'm not meaning that the show wasn't good. I'm meaning that it... How do I put it? Also, thank you for the stretch there, Steady. But yeah, when I say that, I mean that it... What's the word I'm looking for? When I say that, I mean it wasn't received well. That's what I mean. It was a good show, but it was not received well when it came out. The audience looked at it like, okay, sure, whatever. Years later, that's when it got the cult following that it did. Also, I love cats. Thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome to the Moth Fleet. I hope you enjoy your stay. By the way, you're a lampy now. Don't know what that means? Don't worry about it. Slow flutter it is. We get the wings out. Thank you for redeeming slow flutter there, Sal. Okay, let's see. I feel like I should clip this. Clip what? Let's see. Gosh darn it, Lampy, I will get you. You always get me with something, so we're even. I will get you for this. Like, where did you learn how to count? Or, yeah, where did you learn to count? We're even. By the way, if you don't know what that one is, that is also a Devil May Cry quote. Although, funny enough, I'm surprised that Virgil tells Dante, where'd you learn how to count when, I don't think they got a lot of schooling, considering their backstories. I don't think they got a lot of opportunity to learn, you know, get some proper education. They kind of had to be fighters from the beginning of their story, so, I don't know about that one. Oh, God. We're just them, aren't we? Maybe. Maybe. You know what? Now that you mentioned that one, and Canonless requested a random asset. You know what? I really like getting this asset out. This one's always one of my favorite ones. There we go, perfect. I was going to get the cowboy hat, but I did that last time, so, new gun? Oh, you know what? You're right there, Mr. Chips. New gun. I'm sorry, horse stick. You can go with. Let's get the gun. You know what? Since we're doing that, we're getting the cowboy hat for this, too. Cowboy hat, there we go. And then get the gun that goes along with it. There we go, perfect. Fantastic. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Plushy moth? Oh, we just got here. Okay, so we gotta add all the assets to the plushy moth instead. Oh, right, I forgot. I put a bird in my face. Off you go, bird. We shrink down the plush. We're gonna be here a while. Gun. There we go, perfect. Just flaunting our gun around and all that stuff. Also, folks, well, actually, hold on. Let me get the cowboy hat again right quick first. There we go, perfect. We got everything all set. We got cowboy hat, we got gun. We're all ready. Burp, burp. Green screen hand? Indeed, green screen hand. Okay, let's see. Perfect, fantastic. Okay. He had the horse in the back. They yeet their last hog. Yep, horses in the back. Had the other something. Boots matted black. They see me rolling, they hating, all that other stuff. I don't remember how the song works. Also, thank you for redeeming Plushy Moth there, Miss Looney. I hope you enjoyed. Okay, we're all caught up. Oh, and gun? Gun! Thank you for redeeming gun. Wait, now we got two different guns out here. Hold on a minute. Let me try moving this around just a little bit more. We're gonna... Oh, nope. Keep that. Keep Moth there. Gun. Give me the gun. Come on. Go with the gun. Right, I locked that one down. Hold it. Unlock all items. Move the gun a little more over here. Almost there. Nope. Don't move Lampy. Okay, there we go. There we go. Perfect. Now we got both guns all set. There we go. Fantastic. Whew. Hi, Lampy. Hope all goes... Hope you're well. Yo, Solus, thank you for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. So far, so good. We are currently working on Salmoth. Salmoth, Salwings. We're getting all set up and stuff. How you be on your end? I hope things are going well. I am currently tired, but so far, so good. I want to believe so far, so good. My brain is a little fried, but hey, the fact that I made it to 11 p.m. Because my sleep schedule was an absolute mess. I was not able to stream for the past couple days so far. Like, I was supposed to stream on Sunday, that did not pan out. I was supposed to stream on Tuesday, that still failed. I wanted to try again on Wednesday, because whenever I can't stream on Tuesday, I usually try to do it a second time on Wednesday. But that was that did not pan out either. But now we're here. So, thank God, Friday actually worked. Also, Ruby, good to see you. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. And thank you for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. Let's see. It's been hot. Like a moth to a lantern light. I hate to make that joke. Fair. I hate to hear that joke. I'm sorry. I kid. But yeah. So I'm just existing. Fair. I don't blame you. This weather has been pretty bad. There was actually a time where, with this weather, all I did was I literally bought 2 cans. Like, 2 cans of Arizona. And I kind of left those alone for a whole day because I didn't use them to be drink, or I didn't use them to drink. I actually just left 1 can in the fridge, used it to cool myself off, you know, like just put the cold can on my head or some sort of stuff like that. And then whenever that one got warm, I just put that one in the fridge and pulled out the other one. And I just kept switching between the two throughout the day. And then I ran out of water, so it was time to start drinking the cans. It's an unfortunate circumstance, but measures had to be taken. I wish there was another way around it, but there isn't. Time to drink the can. Okay, let's see. I got the horses in the back. Okay, let me try to pronounce this one properly. Okay, so got the horses in the back. Okay, there we go. I got the horses in the back. Horse tack is a tad. Tad is mad black. Got the booster black to match. Oh, wait, riding on a horse? I don't remember that. I don't know how that part goes. But you know what? We got most of it. We got most of it. Fair enough. Looks like the shotgun. Let's see. Looks like the shotgun is shooting that have guns in their hand. Wait, what? Let's see. Looks like the shotgun is shooting lids that have guns in their hands. I don't understand. Okay. Good night, dear Moth friend. Have a wonderful stream. All right there, Ruby. You go get that sleep. I hope you have a good night. Better tomorrow and a great week. Take care now, buddy. Let's see. Get some rest soon. Will do. Will do. I just need to finish off this project, which we're almost done. We just need to work on the wings a little bit. Make that potato moth, and we call it a night. Luckily, the potato moth is going to be a very, very simple design. It's going to be it's going to be a meme design too, so we don't have to worry about it being some high fidelity sort of detail there. I'll be honest, main reason why we're taking so long, because I like chatting. When I chat, I usually get distracted. But do not let it... I know that a lot of folks were like, oh, I don't want to distract you, so I'm just going to stay quiet. Like, no, don't worry, don't worry. I'll be distracted by myself anyway. Like, that's usually how it happens. Like I said, I've had multiple moments where, you know, nobody chats, and so I just end up start rambling. So, trust me, if you feel like talking, feel free to talk. If you feel like lurking, by all means lurk. But if you don't want to talk because you don't want to distract me, trust me, that's gonna stop nothing. So, yeah, feel free to chat away if you feel like, because I'm gonna get distracted either way. One way or another, and distractions are gonna roll on in. I'll probably start thinking about something that I remember from Yu-Gi-Oh! So, trust me, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna talk, I'm gonna ramble, and then all of a sudden, I'm gonna get too focused on whatever it is that I'm rambling on, and not pay attention to the drawing at all whatsoever. So don't worry, it happens. Okay, let's see. I did the thing where I didn't sleep for a few days, and then slept for 14 hours. Oh, slept for 14 hours. Today, it was 104 degrees, out all day, and just cooled down enough to sleep. Ah, fair. Yeah, the weather has been really bad as of recent. And I heard that the heat wave just started. Okay, where I live, I heard that the heat wave just started. Like, it might have started yesterday, but I am feeling the effects now. Like, it is 11:20. It is almost 12 midnight where I am. And I am... It feels like it's the afternoon. It feels like it's... Yeah, it feels like it's 3 p.m. That's how hot it is right now. It feels like it's 3 p.m. in the afternoon and the sun is blazing. It's blazing... yeah, the sun is blazing almost as much as Snoop Dogg. If you don't get that joke, don't worry about it. If you do get that joke, what's up? Anyway. I don't know if anyone else remembers that, but I remember Snoop Dogg trying to change his persona. Like, he didn't want to be called Snoop Dogg anymore. He wanted to be called Snoop Lion. And he didn't want to do the... If I'm correct, he didn't want to do the gangster stuff no more. And though I can respect it, nobody could accept the name Snoop Lion. They heard it, he tried taking on the name, it just could not stick. The name Snoop Lion was like the word fetch. People were just looking at him like, stop trying to make Snoop Lion happen. It's never gonna happen. And as you can see, never happened. He tried. Needless to say, he tried, but audience just did not take it. Snoop Lion? Yes, Snoop Lion. He tried to take the name Snoop Lion. It just, nope. He picked it. It did not. Okay, let's see. Best version of Old Town Road featuring Lampy. You know what? We might make it one of those goals one of these days. I might write that down. Sent in chat a bit of the lyrics after the horses in the back part of the song. Ah, fair. But first, we need to finish that book. I just need to start recording. That's the last part that we need to do. I need to start recording, which also reminds me, I finished a little bit of video editing recently. So now I have something a little more prepared. Let's just say that we added a little bit to the arsenal when it comes to video editing. We finally got to that part, and so now we have something ready for that to do. We have something ready. So have fun with that when the time comes. Okay, Lampy, I'll never shut up about Devil May Cry or My Hero. You will get sick of it. Yeah, I think it's fine. Although, which reminds me, I need to get back to the messaging because my brain has been so fried. I've been having trouble keeping up with everybody. Like, granted, I haven't had as many messages anymore recently, so thank God. But it has been tough keeping up with everything. Like, the past few weeks has been... I will apologize to anybody that if you have been... Yeah, if you have hung out with me or, chatted with me long enough in messages, full well it takes me forever and a half to respond because my brain just don't function. It is. The arm with gold pistol was poking out of the shotgun hole. Oh, gotcha. Yes, this shotgun has an arm of its own. My gun has a gun. So there you go. Like, many folks have a gun attached to a gun, so they have like two guns. No, I have a gun attached to an arm attached to a gun. So my gun can pull the trigger when I run out of ammo. Once I run out of ammo, that's when it's the gun's turn to fire. Anyway. Yep, I remember that. Also, I just clued in. Holy, we had the same thought. Yeah, you and Mr. Chips were thinking the same thing, like, Snoop Lion. What on earth? What in tarnation? What on earth is that? What on earth is a Snoop Lion? That's the exact same world's thought exactly when they first heard that that's what he wanted to be called from now on. Moral of the story is, sometimes you can't dictate what your audience accepts. Sometimes you just have to accept that, if the audience doesn't like it, kind of stuck with it. Like, for example, look at Sonic the Hedgehog. Could you imagine if they didn't listen to the audience of the audience backlash on Sonic's design? I mean, I did hear some things about... I heard some rumors that the terrible Sonic design, like ugly Sonic, I think is what it was dubbed in one of the Chippendales movie. That design... Rumors... There are some rumors that were spread saying that design was done on purpose. So when they bring out the real design, there isn't as much there. Yeah, the criticism is toned down by a lot. Because if the idea was if they didn't start off with the ugly Sonic, then they would have been criticizing the current Sonic that they had. Saying, oh yeah, no, this is going to be bad because, you know, this and that, blah, 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 blah. They are only thinking about graphics, but substance is probably bad. So the theory on this is that in order to avoid that sort of situation and to get a lot of praise from the audience is show them the ugly one. Let everyone absolutely just dogpile the current the quote unquote current design and then bring out the real one. So when it comes out, they're like, see, there you go. Was that so hard? And they're like, yes, indeed. But of course, I think that's a lot of nonsense. But you never know. You never know. All right, now for the last part. Just gotta draw the last pieces of the design right here, which is just little sparks and flames from time to time. There we go. Also, folks, always remember, whenever you're drawing flames, for the most part, the main objective is to have the points find some sort of way to aim upwards. Because that's usually how fire works. I'll show you what I mean. Whenever you're drawing flames, the ends of the fire usually are trying to aim upwards. Sometimes you'll get some flames that aim on the side. Those are usually more so at the bottom, but for the most part, the energy rises. So when energy so to portray that the energy is rising, you usually want to aim those flames upwards. You also want to make it very, very flowy. For example, we're going to go back over to this spot right here and fix this all up because this is looking a little jank. This is not looking like a smooth flame at all. Now, of course, you can add some jaggedness to the flames, and depends on the intensity of the flame, also depends on how jagged it becomes. For example, if it's if it's a candle, that's going to be a very, very smooth flame, because that is a very small flame. So candles are usually very smooth. But if it's like a roaring phoenix wings or stuff like that, you want them to be very intense. Or if it's like a huge explosion, chances are, yeah, the flames are going to be very, very sharp. Very sharp flames, very intense. But you still want them to be pointed in a specific direction. Like, if it's the intensity flames of a phoenix, you want them pointed up still in some sort of way, shape, or form. Or at least trying to find its way up. Even if it's like, okay, for example, let's say we're drawing some phoenix wings right here. This is going to be some very terrible design for wings. But yeah, let's just put that. If we're trying to make them, if we're trying to add flames to it, obviously we want them to aim upwards in as many different directions as we can. And then, of course, once it starts aiming to the sides, you want to still aim them upwards somehow. And once we get to the bottom, that's when you want to aim them sideways. You want them to curve a little bit. Curve, but yeah, for the most part, they're going to be aimed to the side because that's as close as they can get to rising upwards without being engulfed by the flames all over again. So you want them to be out there like that, and then boom, there we go, more flames up here. And you also want to part them a little bit because the flames will dissipate as they go further into the sky because they have less energy holding on to it, as the main source is where a lot of the power is. So there you go. That's one way to draw some fire. Now, obviously, that's a very sketchy sketch right there, but you can see that we're kind of doing the same thing right here. This one's a little too smooth, though, so let's go back to this one. That one's looking a little too smooth for this design. Now, I wanted to give it some smooth flames, but that's a little too much. Now, as you can see, with this part sticking out, it's aimed downwards, but we're having it curved to the side, because the intention for it being curved a little bit to the outside is that what the flame is trying to do is curve in this direction. That's why we have it curved. Even though it's pointed outward, we have it curved out or outside. Or even though it's curved downward, we have it curved outside, is what I'm trying to say. It's aimed downwards, but it's curved to the outside. So it could separate from the rest of the energy. Because whenever there's heat, it usually expands. Whenever things get cold, that's when they, contract. There we go. So if you see a lot of heat, chances are things are expanding. There you go. And then just add this little part right here. There we go. And we're all set. Okay, let me see. Let me try to catch up with some things. Oh yeah, Lampy. Up in flames rings true. Exactly, exactly. Up in flames. You want everything to aim up. Let's see. Did you ever have the insect baking set creepy crawlies? Oh, I remember that. I never got to make the gummy candy. I just remember seeing a bunch of creepy crawly stuff. Mom never bought me that stuff because, okay, so obviously when I was younger, I liked bugs, except for roaches. Roaches freaked me out like crazy. Also, Enodexus, thank you. Let me know if I pronounced that right. Thank you for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it, and thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Moth Fleet. I hope you enjoy your stay. By the way, you're a Lampy now. You don't know what that means? Don't worry about it. And I hope you enjoy your stay. You know a cat-like creature called civets? Oh yeah, I heard about that coffee. I remember that one. Save? Good idea. Let's save. I remember that expensive coffee. I remember hearing a lot about that mostly during the, okay, I think it was an anime that reminded, or that I learned about the coffee where it's just very expensive poop. That, I don't know why people decide to do this sort of thing though. No. I don't care how delectable or how, I don't care if it's a delicacy or some sort, or it's elegant in some sort of way. I'm not drinking poop. I know they wash it and all that stuff, but no. No. Get that coffee out of my face. I am not accepting that coffee. Like, absolutely not, their friend. No way. Wait, is that a gun? Not just a gun, 2 guns. But yes, that is a gun. Welcome on in. I hope you enjoy your stay. Exactly, Mr. Chips gets what I'm talking about. Same thing with Cam. Y'all get what I mean. Okay, so see, here's the thing. When you stay at the Lampy stream long enough, you know full well, I can definitely tell you this. A lot of the newer viewers, when they roll in, it's like, is that a gun? 2 weeks later, they see other people react the exact same way, and they're like, you get used to it. Doom Bent, thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome to the Moth Fleet. I hope you enjoy your stay. By the way, you're Lampy now. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. Mothman, so silly. 2 guns. No, Mothman. I'm just Moth. Where's my gun? There we go. Perfect. Alright. And we're all set. Perfect. But yeah. Was I talking about again? I don't remember. Oh. I've been following a comical amount of human streamers lately. Oh, inhuman streamers lately. Ah, fair. And that's understandable. Sometimes you find a lot of avatars. See, that's what I like about this community. You never know what you're gonna find. I found a lot of different inhuman avatars out there, like a tree. I'm never gonna forget that one. That was one of the first people that I saw in this community when I jumped into it and decided, you know what? I'm gonna do the streaming stuff. Which is also funny, because when I first did the streaming stuff, I thought, you know what? Moth is probably a niche thing. It's probably only gonna be like very few moths out here. Nope. Once I got into this community and I put myself as a moth streamer, they all came out of the woodwork. Like, wow, there's a lot of moths. Probably because I put that lamp over there, that all the moths came out of the woodwork. Which is funny, because despite, I've mentioned this one before, funny enough, when I first started out, you know, I've noted, okay, I know that with a lot of folks, when they start doing the streaming and they have a bit of a, they kind of fall into a specific category. Now, when I say category, I mean like the design of their avatar, they kind of find other folks that have similar designs or similar avatars, like you have the cats with the cats, dogs with the dogs, all of that stuff. And I've seen a lot of moths with a lot of moths, you know, just hanging out, collabing, all that stuff. I can definitely tell you, when I first started out, and even now, I interact with a lot of moths. I think I interact with like 2, maybe 3. No, I interact with like 2 or 3 at the most. Yeah, I want to say 2 at the most, sometimes 3. But for the most part, so many folks under the rainbow. There's this one person that's an Oni, there's another person that's dead. They're technically not supposed to be. They were just supposed to be a barista, but yeah, now they're dead. So, yeah, that happened. Shoutouts to Aurelius. And then, you know, I met a lot of you folks out here. But yeah, that's the funny thing. Like, you know, you would expect, oh yeah, you know, Lampy's a moth. He hangs out with a bunch of moths. I mean, it's not like I'm trying to avoid the moths. It's just that, you know, the vibes don't always click. They don't always hit. Not to say that I don't interact with moths. It's just that not all the time, or not often. But you know what? That's not a bad thing. Because you know what? It allows me to branch out and meet so many folks. And I like that. It's awesome. Although, that's also the other thing. Despite the fact that, you know, I went with the moth avatar, I don't really stick with... Here's the funny thing. I don't really do the whole moth stick entirely. Don't look at the lamp over there. Don't look at the lamp over there. Don't look at the lamp over there. Anyway, most people, they usually see Lampy and they don't think, ooh, moth, lamps, you know, lights. No, they see Lampy and it's like, oh, I know Lampy. That's the one with the gun. Indeed. That's the, you know, that's the crazy one with all the weapons. And now the maid emote. Yeah, there's also that part 2. I refuse to. Okay, so there's 3 things that most folks that recognize me think of Lampy. There's 3 things that they think of. 1, the weapons. I like that. 2, the cult. Not a fan of that. And 3, the maid emote. Also not a fan of that. But they won the deal. I can't really backtrack on that now. But anyway, yeah, so that's the whole thing. But I will say, I'm actually okay with the fact that, you know, when people think of Lampy, the first thing they think of isn't, you know, just moth and moth stuff. As it shows, Lampy has character. Now, there ain't nothing wrong with just looking at moth, or, you know, the moth, other moth streamers and being like, oh yeah, I know them. They do the moth things. I just think that it's pretty nifty that, you know, they see Lampy and they think completely different stuff. Like, you know, oh yeah, that's the arms dealer. Or, yeah, that's that one leader of so-and-so word that I refuse to say. Or the other stuff. Anyway. Or sometimes they think fire. But I think Sal's taken that category more than I do. Which also reminds me, here's the funny thing. Speaking of which, despite the fact that most people recognize, yeah, whenever anyone thinks of the emotes that I have, most of the time they think of the gun more than anything else. Funny enough, when I looked at what is the most used emote that I have, turns out it's the flamethrower. Also, my stream is lagging bad. But yeah, most of the time it's apparently the flamethrower now. Okay. Let me try to look at some things. Okay. I'm sleep deprived. Sorry. No worries there, buddy. I completely understand. I, too, am sleep deprived. You didn't hear this from me, but I have a hyena Sona that I absolutely adore. Hey, no worries there, buddy. You're looking at a literal bug. I can't judge nobody. Also, the music stopped. Hold on. Give me a second. There we go. We're all set. But yeah, I can't judge nobody, nor do I feel like judging anybody. So long as you ain't hurting nobody, you do your thing. Okay, let's see. I'm actually getting a new avatar design coming up. Oh. Away from the rat-like features. Ooh, interesting, interesting. I wonder how that's going to turn out. Okay, let's see. I thought you were a Man American Ghost. Wait, who was? Was a Man American Ghost? Mothman so silly, 2 guns. I've been following comic. Oh, okay, so there's that. Nobody knows. No furry. Ah, fair. My spy? Ah, fair. A tree? That's unique. Indeed. I saw a tree. I also saw a lamp. I also found out that there's a streamer out there also called Lampy. They are actually a legitimate lamp, so yeah. Okay, let's see. If I think Lampy, I hear exactly in my head. And I'm doing something right, maybe, I don't know. Okay. And the dress? No. Flamethrower is animated, so that's a positive. True. Very true, exactly. Take a drink every time I say that word. Exactly. Okay, I don't like the moth staring at me with 2 guns. I'm scared. What's the matter there? There ain't nothing wrong with a moth with a gun. Thing is completely fine. Yep. Ain't no threatening aura about it whatsoever. Nope. None whatsoever. I don't know what you're talking about. Give me your money. Anyway, I mean, moving on. Lab with Lampy win? Maybe. I haven't heard from the other Lampy in ages. But I know how that is. I mean, to be fair, at the same time, I have been away for ages too. So, c'est la vie, that is life. There we go. It's been 65 years, exactly. It's been 84 years. Been 84 years since that tragic situation. And that's when you toss the blue amulet into the water? That blue amulet of immortality? I'm still assuming that that amulet was an amulet of immortality during that movie. I gotta say, give money, wait, no, that's not what I meant. Okay, it was a joke. It was a joke. Thank you for the 100 bits there, Doom, but it was a joke. I didn't mean it. It was a joke. I was joking. Don't give Lampy money. That is held me at gunpoint. Okay. Okay, you know what? You know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe we need to put one of the guns away. Okay, we can't do that. I don't feel like it. We're gonna keep both guns. Small streamers go weak. Lampy removed... Oh, let's see. Lampy, you removed your donation link still, but... I forgot that I removed the donation link. Oh, thank you for reminding me. I gotta put that back there. Yeah, it's been a while. It's definitely been a while. I forgot. I removed the donation link at that last moment to make sure that nobody could donate for those last dollars. But these folks, They were smart. They were clever about it. And okay, so folks, for those of you who are not there, the reason why we have a Lampy made emote, despite the fact that I absolutely detest that thing, is because I decided to give folks the opportunity to get the emote, and I told them this is the one and only time you get this chance. Afterwards, it goes away forever. That apparently was enough incentive for them to really aim for this emote, but I told them I was also not going to make this easy, so I decided once they got to a certain degree in that emote. Do you do comms? Curious. Indeed, I do make comms. Hold up. We're gonna go to this spot right here. As you can see, we got a whole commission sheet right there for both live 2D stuff and yeah, for both live 2D stuff and drawing stuff like emotes, overlays, full arts, side sheets, assets, all that sort of thing. Obviously, prices are negotiable, and I'm willing to you know, work with whatever budget you have based on whatever you got. So, So, if you feel like trying to get a commission, feel free to, feel free to message me at any time on either here, Discord, Twitter, Instagram. I forgot, we also have an Instagram too now. Stream starting soon? Thank God. I know, right? We just started the stream. We're almost finished with the project. Look at it. We just started the stream not too long ago, and we're basically done with the project here. You know what? I think I can leave it right there as is. What's up, Cam? Okay, let's see. We'll say originally when I was designing my model, I just went with floofy little moth. When it sooner evolved into, oh, I'm a shapeshifter, I just like being moth most of the time. Ah, fair, fair, fair. Then the fire wings might be the best bet for you, because now you can shape your wings into fire to distract the birds and all of that stuff. Also, right. I also forgot to mention, if anyone ever chooses to, anyone here play TF2? No, but I've heard a lot about it. I love the memes and the videos that come out of the TF2 community. Like anything with engineer or soldier. Those are my two favorite ones. Okay. We're getting to the EP-ness levels where I feel funky. Ah, fair. If you need to go get sleep, by all means, go get that rest. I completely understand. Because I probably need to go get that sleep too soon. But just wanted to finish off some last pieces. And I think we're good right here. What do you think, Sal? How do you feel about the drawing that we got so far? You like the drawing? You like the big old moth? Moth indeed. Yep, we finished. Love it? Nice. All right then there, Sal. I will be sending you I will be sending you two different versions of the image. I will send you the blank image that or I will currently send you not the PNG, the JPEG. I will send you the JPEG that you see right here, and I will also send you the PNG with just the lines, so you can add that to literally. I gotta stop moving with my hands. I can definitely tell you this, folks. Whenever I talk, I'm always talking with my hands, which is very inconvenient because I always keep putting my hand in front of the camera because my hands are always moving everywhere. And because of that, my model loses tracking like crazy. The mod gets the jitters and all of that stuff. Gotta stop putting my hands in front of the screen. Anyway, redeems hydrate. Thank you for the hydrate there, Doom. Greatly appreciate it. What sucks is that the drink is currently cold and there's nothing left in the fridge. I need to go get a cold drink after this stream. Okay. So fluffy? Yeah, thanks. Glad y'all like it. Whew. Which is funny because as you can see, hold on. Let's get out of there right quick. As you can see with Lampy, like, here's the funny thing. When everyone asks me to draw a moth, they want a very, very fluffy moth. But if you look at Lampy, there's no fluff. Although, to be fair, as I mentioned a lot of times, when anyone looks at Lampy, they're like, ooh, fluffy. I'm like, I'm not fluffy. I'm more of a fuzzy. Very fuzzy moth. Very small hair. like a kiwi. And in case you're wondering, like kiwi the bird or kiwi the fruit, and I'm just gonna sit there and tell you, yes. Anyway. It looks like a moth, I think. Fantastic. Wait, actually, no, that's not fantastic. We were trying to draw a shark. Oh well, we'll figure it out again later. I'd hope the fruit. Yes. Both the fruit and the bird. Okay, so now that we finished off the drawing for Cell, there's just one more thing we need to work on. A shark, a shark. As a matter of fact, it might even be a baby shark, if you will. That song is now ringing through your head. I regret nothing. Okay. Let's move on to the next part. And thank you for redeeming the line art there, Sal. I will be sending the work your way soon enough. Now for the last part. What we need to do, work on the potato. Gotta head to sleep. Getting pretty late. Have a nice rest of the stream. Alright there, Sal. You go get that sleep. And I hope you're having a good day. Or I hope you have a good night, a better tomorrow, and a great weekend. Take care now, buddy. It isn't random flies out of ear. Give it time. Moth flies? Moth flies indeed. I literally thought that after you said something. Perfect. Perfect indeed. Enjoy baby shark. Anyway. Potato. So here's what we're gonna do. This one's probably just gonna be a sketch, because we ain't got a lot of time left. So, let's just sketch out potato. We're gonna sketch out the baked potato right here. We're gonna have it open up on the sides. Hello, potato stuff. Have it go to the sides, left and right, here and there. There we go. All the potato stuff in the middle. Okay. I'm gonna hop off for now. Have a great night. Act cat type. Oh, can't type. Good night, moth person. All right there, Doom. Thank you for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. You go get that sleep. And I hope you have a good night. Better tomorrow. And a great week. Take care now, buddy. Okay. Now for the last part, which is add the wings. Add the wings on each side. You know what? Out of the sake of things, I might even turn the potato moth into merch if this comes out well enough. I might be crazy enough to turn this potato moth into merch. Yo, potatoes, good to see you. Perfect timing. I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. We are making... You know what? We're turning you into a moth. That's what we're doing. We're turning the potatoes into a moth over here. Here you go, potatoes. You'll be mothified now. Folks, let me ask you something. If you saw a potato moth on TeePublic, would you buy the moth potato? Would you buy a sticker of a potato moth? Like, it's literally just potato with moth features. As you can see right here, we're just making potato. We're adding moth antennae on it. We're putting the melted butter on the side over here. There we go. Yeah, perfect. I gotta stop looking down. Really messing up the model and making it all scuffed. There we go. Just add that melted butter on the side. Add that antennae over here. And there we go. All good. All good. All set. All ready. all good. It's all set. It's all solid. It's all Metal Gear. All that good stuff. Dang it. Okay, so there's this one streamer that I watch. And every time I'm watching their streams, she always says, "That's good soup." And I kid you not, while I was talking about all of this, part of me was about to say that's good soup. And I'm like, yeah, dang it. Okay. Let's see. Quite possibly, but as we both know, I'm crazy with my cash at times. True. Maybe I should leave the donation page going. Oh, right. Anyway, so to continue the story. Since I thought maybe there's a way to stop them from reaching the goal for the next 8 hours, I decided once they get close enough, I would shut off the link. I would remove the link from my page. So no one would be able to get to the redeems or they would not be able to get to the donation page and donate to me. So the maid emote would not be, no pun intended, but it would not be made. It could not be done because the goal couldn't be reached because no one could reach the page anymore. These lousy suckers, these lousy schmucks kept the page on a tab. So even if I removed the link, they were still there. So they were able to donate as much as they like, no matter, even with the freaking thing gone. So they outsmarted me on that one. I was not prepared for that. I thought I had a good shot going there to just remove the page so no one else could get there. No, they had it on a whole different tab, just waiting for the opportunity, which sucks because, folks, if you haven't heard of Scott, their name is also AZN Husband. If you've seen that name, or if you've been here long enough, you know that Scott over there, they are ridiculous when it comes to... Now, ridiculous in a good way, I say, mind you. They're ridiculous with the money. Kind of like Mr. Chips over here. Where they are willing to spend a lot to support somebody, and even more to troll somebody. Me. But yeah, so with Scott, Mr. Chips, and Queen Anna, I think they go by the name Nero now? I'm gonna have to check the name again. But between those three, I had no chance. It was a slaughter. They reached the... Okay. I would have... Okay, I know I talked about this one before, but... I thought that putting $1,000 for an emote would have secured the fact, or would have secured the idea that it would not happen. Because $1,000 for an emote, that is ridiculous. That is a lot of money for a mere emote. Am I right? So I thought, nobody in the right mind would do this. Absolutely not. No way. They would not dare go for that much money for a mere emote. It's not worth it. I got this in the bag. No way can they get this done. As you can see, as Mr. Chips mentioned over there, they got it done in 2.5 hours. Or yeah, they reached the halfway in less than 2 hours. No, you reached the halfway in less than an hour. Last I remember. They got a lot of money in there in the first 30 minutes. They got like 400 in the first 30, in less than the first 10 minutes, and I thought, oh no. Oh, I was not prepared for this at all. How do you reach 400 in 10 minutes? How? Y'all are lunatics. A 3.5 stream? Something short? Yeah, technically, yeah, it was technically a short stream, but that was not supposed to happen. That was not supposed to happen at all. I know there were other donators other than Mr. Chips, Anna, and Scott. I know there were others. But the big three were Anna, Scott, and Mr. Chips over here. Needless to say. I think Vanilla Knight popped in for a second, was like, hey, here's a donation. And I was like, no, no, what are you doing? That is not how this was supposed to work. Also, folks, how do you feel about the potato? Should I turn that into merch? Or is this just a funny sketch that we just leave where it is? I don't know. I support the homies, and if I can, troll them even better. And see, that's where I feel like it's a beneficial tactic, but at the same time, it's a horrible mistake. Okay, so after the stream was done, I realized, oh, good lord, I know what made me fail this whole time. Anyone ever see that episode of South Park where Cartman gets a lot of money and he buys a theme park and he lets nobody into the theme park? And because he refuses to let anybody into the theme park, the wings could be the potato peels. You know what? You're right. Hold on a minute. Okay, so while we're talking about that, I'm going to talk about the whole situation right there. So, in that episode of South Park, Cartman buys a theme park and he refuses to let anyone in there. Cartman Land episode? Yes, that's the one. And the moment he decides to let people into the theme park because he needs to get security... Yeah, he needs to get security and all of that stuff to keep Stan and Kyle from getting into the theme park. After all of that, the carnival starts, or the theme park starts booming. There's a lot of money raking in from that theme park because everybody wants to be there because they know they can't be there. They're not supposed to be there. They are not wanted to be there. And because they are not wanted to be there, that gives them all the more reason to want to be there. Because they want to be where they cannot be. And with that being said, I feel like that's where I made the fatal mistake. Looking back on it, I realized this was just the Cartman Land episode. I gave the folks... Okay, one, I unintentionally gave two different things. One, the fact that I don't want this to be a thing. And two, FOMO. What is FOMO? FOMO is the fear of missing out, because I decided to antagonize a little bit. I gave y'all folks the opportunity, which I know isn't going to work, or at least that's what I thought at the time, and give y'all folks the opportunity at the emote. And then I also made the fatal mistake of saying, once this is over, you will never get it again, because I will not make this a second time. So, what I unintentionally did was gave the fear of missing out, because this is the one and only chance, along with the reverse psychology, the unintentional reverse psychology of you can't have this emote. And so, I unintentionally got people to roll on in being like, bet. I feel like if I didn't say that this was your one and only opportunity, I feel like it would not have happened. I feel like that's where I made my fatal mistake. I said, this is never happening again. So, it happened. Lesson learned. Also, two different things that I learned. One, maybe not give it the fear of missing out FOMO thing. And two, make the price much higher. Make it so ridiculous that nobody in the right mind would... Okay, to be fair, last time I thought they would have been so ridiculous nobody would do it, and here we are. Here we are with that freaking emote. I'm gonna have to figure out a different way. Save? Alright, save. Thank you for the save there, Chaya, and welcome on in. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Hello, Lampy. Sorry I came late. I was busy drawing. Do not apologize. Do not apologize, because you did nothing wrong. And if you feel like stopping by, you stop by. If you feel like stopping by at a different time, that is completely fine, too. Because I want people to feel like, you know what? I don't want people to feel like they have to be here. Because if they feel like they have to be here, then I'm doing something wrong. Now, if they want to be here, then that is completely fine. Like, you know what? You do your thing, and I thank you for stopping by. If you don't stop by, you're gonna have a bit of a problem. No, I'm kidding. If you don't stop by, that is also fine, because you know what? You got things to do. And the fact that you were drawing. Glad to hear that there, buddy. I hope the drawing was going well. Okay, now let me try to catch up on something. Okay. Scott is a madman. Indeed, Scott is a madman. He's just saying how much he gave the last time. And that wasn't even for, like, any of the goals. He was just generous. I was like, what in the world? Okay. Merch. Alright, so we gotta make ourselves a potato moth merch. Wings could be potato peels. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we got to turn those wings into potato peels. How do we turn them into potato peels? Hold up. Let me go look up what potato peels look like. Okay. Apartment land, so good. Yeah, I agree. There are definitely some South Park episodes. There are some South Park episodes that I never want to see again, and there are some South Park episodes that I absolutely cherish. Like the baseball episode where Stan's dad kept getting drunk and fighting with the other dads. I love that episode. One of my favorites. You also called it a challenge and our bluff. Yeah, I called the bluff and I failed. It didn't work out for me when I did. And we sent out tweets calling in the reinforcements. Yeah, I was not ready for that one. A second time? Well, then I feel like Lampy Maid should be permanent emote since I don't know Lampy. 1K for an emote? People will riot if, like, 6 months you go down. Oh, yeah, no. That's unfortunately a permanent emote. That thing's staying there because I cannot, with good conscience, have people pay that much for an emote and then just take it away. Because then I feel like I cheated folks. Granted, I did try to remove the donation. I did remove the donation link, but I'm not going to go as far as remove the emote. And to be fair, if it didn't reach the goal, but it got pretty close, I was going to give a consolation prize, or a consolation, something. That wasn't going to be maid related, but I was going to give something of consolation. Just wanted to be fair. We did it for the emote, but mostly to support a good lad. Oh, thanks. I greatly appreciate that. And that means I can take away the emote, right? Right? Yeah, it was worth a shot. Anyway, you're welcome, because I didn't know when your stream was going and going to end soon or not. Ah, fair. Yeah, do not worry. We were gonna be here a while because one, I needed to finish off. I wanted to finish the line art, and two, I wanted to get the potato in there somewhere. Because I did not want to work on the sketch, or I did not want to put that we were gonna draw a potato moth and not actually draw the potato moth. So we had to make sure that the potato was done before anything else. Okay, I didn't hear no bell. Oh yeah, I did. I bet that. I didn't hear no bell. I love that. Boxing gloves. I just realized what we need to do. One of the next assets. I need to write that one down. Boxing gloves. We need to get boxing glove assets. Just for that part. Just get the boxing gloves ready. Yeah, I'm already excited for that one. Okay. Also, for the drawing, it's a bit of a challenge since I am drawing on paper. Ooh, nice. What are you drawing, by the way? If you feel like talking about it, feel free to do so. If not, I completely understand. You keep your secrets. Okay. Let's see. Is it bad? I love when Cartman gets his ass kicked. I mean, it's Cartman, so it depends. It depends on the episode. As if he does some really deplorable stuff and then he gets his butt kicked, then yeah, sure, by all means. But if it's just getting his butt kicked by some random for no reason, that's a little messed up. But I feel like it depends on the episode. Like, he's got to have done some deplorable things in that episode for it to be warranted. But yes, if he did some deplorable things in that episode, by all means. Anyway, I can show you if you like. Ooh, nice. After all the stuff he does, yeah, he deserves it. Yeah, somewhat. So long as it's, not by an adult. Because, then that's a little that's a little extreme. If it's by one of the other, if it's by one of his classmates, then, yeah, he has it coming. Okay. He said we did it for the emote, but also, he said we did it for the emote, but also, not bad at all. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Okay, so after all this stuff, I like when him and Wendy fought. I don't think I saw that fight. Which one was that episode? Okay. Now, boys, Cartman isn't fat. He's big boned. then he just must have. Oh, let's see. He must have a huge bone. I forgot about that one. That's a good one. Respect my thought talk. I remember those episodes. They were good episodes. All right, now let me go look at some. Okay, let me go look at what was it called again? Potato peel. Let me go look at potato peel. Potato peel. Potatoes. Mash them, boil them, stick them in a stew. Mash them, boil them, stick them in a stew. Okay, there we go. So, I mean, to be fair, if this is going to be potato wings, so then what we just need to do is what we're gonna do. What we're gonna do is give it the moth theme, like wings, but not really. How do I mean by that? Well, what we're gonna do is that we are going to stretch, or not so much stretch, but have it curve out a bit. I'll show you what I mean. So, basically, they're gonna be flat. It's gonna be like the potato peel was split open. So, it's gonna show like the potato peel is split open. And it's going to be like an even cut. But, if we warp the image a bit, like so, and we get the effect of curved moth wings. There we go. Perfect. So basically, we got the curve, but in all actuality, this is what it looks like. And this is what the potato actually looks like right now. So a little piece of butter right there, rest of the potato over there, and then boom, there we go. That's basically the situation with the potato. So you got the whole on potato right there. You got it, cut in the center. Had the sides peeled out like that. But if we warp the perspective a bit, then we get the moth wing design. To a degree. There we go. Perfect. Alright, now let's see. What do we miss? Okay. It was called Cartman versus Wendy. I'm gonna need to see that episode. I sent the picture to you, Lampy. Alright, let me go check out them pictures. Because I know I know a few people sent me some of the art around here somewhere. Let's see. Art. Okay, so I see there's that one. What? Okay. How do I okay. Oh, yeah, okay, so we gotta keep that there, alright, so... Ooh! Wait, hold on, art. Is my... Okay, so... Oh, nice! Okay, hold on, we gotta do two different things. One, apparently... Yeah, apparently I inspired someone to make this art. Wrong spot. It did not go into the imagery that it was supposed to, so, where'd it go? Browse image. Take this image, drop it over here. Apparently, what's the word I'm looking for? So, apparently, I was, okay, so this isn't Chaya's artwork, by the way. This one was from Gregor, I think it was? I'm gonna need to look back on the names, because I'm looking at the stream, or I'm looking at Discord, and it's not showing me what it was, but apparently someone was inspired to draw this because of me. I was like, yo, crazy. Now, let's go get Chaya's right quick. But yeah, this is awesome. I don't know what, I have mentioned this before at the beginning of the stream. Like, I am surprised when people get inspired to draw because of me, because it's like, what? Whoa, that dragon. Hold up. Gotta toss this one in here. And then, here's Chaya's dragon, which... I am really liking the detail on them horns. That is crazy. I also like the purple. It reminds me of Maleficent. Actually, yeah, the design of the dragon, it reminds me of Maleficent with the horns and all that stuff, all the crazy. I like it. Oh, where did it go? Where did it go? There we are. Oh, yeah. It's all done in freehand? Yo, that is really nice there, buddy. That is really nice. Okay, let's see. I sent the picture. Okay. When do we... Okay. Wendy. Okay, let's see. Wendy. I cannot pronounce the name Wendy for some reason. Was recovering. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay, okay. Why does that sound familiar? Okay, maybe I might have seen that episode now. I don't remember. On the Bird app. Nice. Yo, shout outs to Chai over here for drawing the dragon. That is amazing. And I'm gonna need to see. I think it was Gregor. Also, I see SPI. Maybe it's an SCP. I don't know. But I like the design of the beard and all the antenna stuff right there. But yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for sending me the art there. Or yeah, thank you for showing me off your art there, buddy. I do paint sometimes as well. Ooh, nice. Beautifully executed. Exactly. All right. But it's already 12, and it's still friggin' hot out here. So I'm gonna go get me something to drink, and then I'm gonna continue working on some stuff. I gotta finish off some emotes before the weekend is over. So, also, stick around for the raid to get them sweet stick around for the raid to get them sweet channel points, because them channel points can go to a lot of different things, such as sketch arts, line arts like the sketch arts like the one you see here, line arts like the one you see here, or if you earn enough points, a full art redeem. So, in the meantime, let's see. Who is on at this hour? Who could we raid at this time? Who is doing some artwork stuff? You know what? I know who we're gonna raid. And this person has raided us multiple times, and I don't think I've ever gotten the chance to raid them. So... Also, I just realized that they have a robot model, and that looks amazing. So, and they're also playing... Oh, I thought that was Vampire Survivor for a moment. But yeah, they're currently playing Halls of Torment. It's basically that game has a flamethrower. Okay, folks, we're going to go check out the Rolling Thunder. We're going to go show them some support. We're going to go watch them blow up some stuff. Okay, also sent the painting I did of my favorite animal again in the Bird app. Ooh, nice. I gotta go check that out after. Alright, so first, here is the raid message. I will be back on Sunday. Diablo version like Vampire Survivor? Yeah. It's called Halls of Torment. And they got a flamethrower and they're, roasting skeletons, all that stuff. So we're gonna go show them some support. They raided us a few times, and now I feel like it's time for us to raid them. So, go hang out with them. Go watch that flamethrower stuff. You know what? Different raid message. Here's the raid message we got. There we go. Backup has arrived. That is the raid message for today. Backup has arrived. Use that emote if you have it. Use whatever fire emotes you have if you don't. Or just use whatever emotes you have if you don't have any fire emotes. And we are going to be raiding... where'd it go? Hold on. We're going to be raiding the Rolling Thunder. And with that being said, we are done for today. And I thank you all for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. Always remember, you're all awesome in your own way, because you folks make these streams and this community what it is. It's always awesome, chatting with you folks. I'm bouncing off ideas, like, for example, that potato, the potato peel wings, all of that stuff. And even if you don't chat, that is completely fine. If you lurk in the background, that is great as well, because you know what? The fact that you're taking the time out of your day just to watch these streams or have it on in the background, or even just showing some support by having it on in one of the tabs, that means more than you could possibly imagine. And with that, I hope you all have a good day. I hope you all have a good day, a good night, a better tomorrow, and a great weekend. And I will be back on Sunday to work on some stuff. I don't know what I'm going to work on Sunday, but I'll be working on something on Sunday. So, that's about it. I got nothing. You all take care now. Later, everybody.